This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition, helping provide prescription drug take-back boxes in Mason County. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health. Good evening and welcome to Phil Pugh Stadium on the North Mason School District campus in Belfair, Washington. Tonight, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio, start the 2023 high school football season with the Mason County Cup and the Battle for the Axe, featuring the Shelton Highclimbers and the North Mason Bulldogs. My name is Diedrich Allen. Cherry Apple will be joining the broadcast shortly. Tonight's game will be the 11th meeting between Shelton and North Mason. The Highclimbers have won 6 Mason County Cups, while the Bulldogs have taken the Battle for the Axe 4 times. Shelton took the cup last year, 39-18, and in 2021 by a score of 45-6. North Mason won the previous 3 matchups, shutting out the Climbers 20-0 in 2019, winning 35-14 in 2018, and taking back the cup in 2017 by a score 21-12. The Highclimbers had the Mason County Cup in 2016 with a 48-7 win, in 2015 winning 35-21, and 2014 coming away with a 28-21 victory. In its second year, in 2013, North Mason won its first Mason County Cup by a score of 20-10, and Shelton took the inaugural game on September 7, 2012, winning 54-24. These teams took different paths last season. Highclimbers finished with a 5-5 record, made the postseason by sweeping a tiebreaker with Aberdeen and Black Hills, and ended the season falling at Washougal 36-34 in the play-in round of the state playoffs. Injuries plagued the Bulldogs last season, and they went 1-8. North Mason's only win last year was over Squim, 36-21. That was 2022. This is 2023. Big changes for both teams, and expectations are high on both sides. Coming up, we'll hear from Shelton coach Mark Smith and North Mason coach Rob Thomas. It's the 2023 high school football season opener, the Mason County Cup and the Battle for the Axe with the Shelton Highclimbers at the North Mason Bulldogs on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and AM 1030, FM 103.3, KMAS, Shelton.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Back at Phil Pugh Stadium in Belfair, Diedrich Allen here, just ahead of the Mason County Cup and the Battle for the Axe between the Shelton Highclimbers and the North Mason Bulldogs. This is the opening game of the 2023 high school football season. And it's now time to talk with the coaches. First up, Shelton headman Mark Smith. I talked to Coach Smith yesterday morning. Okay, Coach, let's talk about your team this year. Let's go back to the beginning and tell us about your top returning players and the new faces that we can see this year.
Well, we lost a lot of really good seniors, first of all. With losing seniors and a good quality and a lot of 3-year starters, you're always going to have some, I guess, what I call new blood in there. So we got a lot of kids that have been playing football, but they're awful green, but they're not young, if that makes any sense. That means they just haven't had a lot of experience because there's been a lot of 3-year starters. Example, our starting center, Logan West, 3-year starter. We haven't had to worry about the position for 3 years. Starting quarterback, Mason Goose, 3-year starter. Haven't had to worry about him, for 3 years. Well, that's how you start offense, with the snap and the quarterback. So we're breaking in a new center there, Anthony Sancelli. Now he's a senior, and he started for us, but he's moving positions. Breaking in a new quarterback in Gabe Conklin, and he's been a starter, a wide receiver, but now he's playing quarterback. So it's almost like you're with a bunch of rookies that haven't done it before. But yet they've been in your program for 4 years, and they've been starting for 2-3 years. So it's kind of got an unusual feel to it. Usually you've got kids you're grooming, they're coming up, but that didn't happen this year on the offensive side of the ball. Besides that, we got Wheatley Cordova out at wide receiver. He's a returning starter out there. We got Bishop Manning. He didn't play a lot last year, but he's another returner. And we got Omar Zapata, which is another returner out there. Didn't play a lot last year, but got some time. And then, an upcomer there is Cody Brotherton. So we feel pretty good about what we got on the outside. We got some height. We got a little bit of length. We got a little bit of speed. So we feel like we're okay there. At the tight end position, we got a young buck in Bennett Henry that came up from the freshman team last year. He's a good-sized kid, but he's only a sophomore. And we got Jerome Gooley. We'll add some depth there. And he had a really good, you saw what he could do in the red and black game. I think he took one 50, 60 yards for a touchdown in that game. So feel pretty good about tight end position. On the offensive line, breaking in a lot of new guys at different positions. I guess the stalwarts there are Anthony Sancelli and Jeremy Miller, both seniors, both returning starters from last year. And then you add to that senior Roy Perez, Journey Bear. And then you put in there, we have this sophomore that had a really good scrimmage at Jamboree at Franklin Pierce, Mason Guard. He's only a sophomore. And then, the other positions are kind of in flux right now. That
Video, data, and customer service.
It's not solidified 100%. Noah Tuatea is in there as another guard. He's another sophomore. So we got like 3 sophomores, three seniors, maybe a couple sophomores, junior. But there's some good-sized kids there to work with on the offensive line. Then obviously in the backfield is probably where we have the most depth with returning starter Jaden Fuller, and then we've got Hunter Left that we've allowed to get back there and run the ball a little bit, and then the addition of Brad Evelyn, who has been playing baseball, and we got him to come out. So we feel like we got 3 really quality guys there in the backfield. A little thunder, lightning type stuff going on back there. And then at quarterback position, Gabe Conklin is going to be our starter on Friday night. Wyatt DePoe is the backup. But chances are you're going to see both of them. On the defense side of the ball, Jerome Gooley, he's really special on that defensive line, does really, really good things, causes fits in practice all the time, all-league returner there. So feel really good about him as our anchor. Then we got Jason Castaneda, and then Jerome's cousin, I guess, is Gabe Gooley at the other end. So pretty good speed there on the defense line. Not kind of a little bit of philosophical change. Going with smaller, longer, faster kids on the D line instead of the bigger bodies. Put more speed on the field there. Linebackers, you got Hunter Left back in the middle at Mac, 100 tackles from last year, all-league performer. You had that with Brad Evelyn, and then newcomer, sophomore Troy Green will be our stud out to the field. Our 3 safeties, Cam Heising will be replacing Brad Ellington, which is a huge, loss for us there in the middle. But, Cam's worked really hard in the offseason, and he's got good speed, and he likes to be physical. So feel good about him there in the middle. And then we got Omar Zapata outside on one side, and Ben Morford is the other high safety on the other side. And then our 2 corners right now are Cody Brotherton and Fuller. So Jaden Fuller. So we feel the defense is the fastest it's been since I've been here. So we feel really good about that speed on defense. And we'll have to see how it holds up against some of the bigger teams, and we have some ability to change personnel if needed. In the special teams department, been very pleased for the most part with our special teams early in the year here. We'll see how it performs on Friday night, but Gabe Conklin will be doing our punting. Hunter Left will be doing our long snapping and short snapping. AJ Weir, and Dickey will be doing our kickoffs and extra points and field goals and onsides. They'll kind of be splitting time there. And, I think we'll be okay there. I mean, we're missing last year's kicker, so breaking in a new one there. So that's probably the biggest question mark is the kickoff, extra point, field goals. That seems to be kind of a position of need every year. So that's kind of where we're at.
So you talked about your scrimmages and your jamboree. What are you feeling about how your team did in the jamboree?
Well, my initial feeling is always worse than it probably usually really is. You want your kids to play well. You want them to play clean. You want them to have success. And I wasn't feeling very good after that scrimmage. In fact, I let everybody be alone. Or maybe another way to phrase it is, I went in bed was alone because not very pleased. But that's why we don't, as a coach, you really don't comment too much right after games on what you give, because there's a lot of emotions and a lot of feelings, and you got to take the emotions and feelings out of it, and you really got to look at film, and then when you look at film, you get a different perspective a lot of times. And what we came away with after we looked at film on Sunday is we played 2 teams that I thought were very, very decent, good football teams that were in the playoff hunt or in the playoffs last year in the 2A level. And I didn't think we had gotten any rhythm on offense. Defensively, I thought we were fine, except for we didn't like our pursuit a whole bunch. But it's hard when you're playing 15 plays straight, and you just move it back, and there's no special teams, and you're just calling plays. You're not really trying to win. You're trying to get stuff on film so you can evaluate. So at the end of the day, when we got back and we looked at film, boy, we were really close. It was like one block here, or one snap here, bad snap here, or a fumble, ball security issue here, or a timing route here that we didn't run that route with the timing, the depth, or the quarterback didn't get enough depth on this deal, and so it was just a bunch of little things. It wasn't that you saw guys getting blown off the football or we missed a couple protection schemes that didn't add up, we got fixed. So, I had a much better feeling Sunday morning when we met as a staff after we got to evaluate film than I did Saturday afternoon at about 12 o'clock.
Okay, so you get out on the field and you play for real on Friday night. What do you expect out of North Mason?
Well, they haven't had any scrimmages. They didn't do any blue and white scrimmage this year. I talked to their coach. They didn't do a jamboree. So haven't seen them on film, All we can do is go off of last year's film and, see what their, we know the personnel they had last year. And so, they got a couple kids returning, their best player, number 2. We got to keep an eye on him on both sides of the football. He's a difference maker. So, we got to know where he's at, make sure that we got him accounted for when we're on offense and not let him run free. And we got to make sure we know where he's at when we're on defense. I'm sure the offense is going to funnel through those hands. They're going to get the ball in his hands. We got to make sure we're rock solid there. Talking to their coach, he feels really good about their off season. They've increased their numbers. They're typically a run first team. They're typically going to have a tight end in every formation they have. They're usually going to be 2 backs. They're going to be physical. And they're going to, play a cover 3 or more, middle of the field closed. So they're going to have a free safety in the middle of the field, whether it's cover 1 or cover 3. You have to see those corners. Those corners are up. They're playing cover 1 usually. Those corners are back. They're playing cover 3. So we're going to have to. We're prepared to beat man coverage and zone coverage there. Special teams, I think early in the year, hopefully we have an advantage there. We think we do. Here's the thing about early season games when they're a rivalry game. You can't make the game special. You got to make it important. You can't make it this big old ordeal because that's when the upsets happen. That's why they call it rivalry game. That's when, Oregon State beats Oregon or Washington State beats Washington. Or Washington beats Washington State. Whoever has the better team, loses because they make it into this thing it's an important game. It's game 1. Yeah, it's our rival, but you can't make it into this big special thing. That's for everybody else. That's for the media. That's for the papers. That's for the fans. That's for the tailgating. That's for these sky jumpers to come in, right? It's not about the football. Grant Capow's there, skydiving, they're having tailgate party, all this kind of stuff. I get it. Make every game like that because every game's important, right? This one just happens to be for a cup and an axe, right?
Right.
So we understand the importance of it, but we're not trying to make it be this Super Bowl all special deal. And if we can do that, I think our frame of mind will be much better than somebody who might think this is their Super Bowl.
Okay, with that being said, I want to ask about the rivalry, but I will ask your opinion on how you feel you'll do in your league this year.
The league's going to be interesting. Since I've been here, all we do is get in these 3-way tiebreakers, so there's a lot of parity in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. You kind of had your upper echelon teams, Tumwater and Chehalis, in the last 3 years, and then you had your teams that are trying to find their way, in Chehalis or in Centralia, and all the struggles they're having down there, and kudos to them for keep battling. And then in the last 2 years, Rochester, Black Hills, Aberdeen, and Shelton have all been in that 3-way mix one year or the other. The first year it was Shelton, Aberdeen, and Rochester. Last year it was Black Hills, Aberdeen, and Shelton. And so, there's parity in this league. What we're trying to hope is that we can our goal is to get out of that 3-way tiebreaker deal and try to claim a seed right going into week 9, not having to, going into week 10, that we know who we're playing week 10. We don't have to play a 3-way, figure it out. What are we, the 3 seed, the 4 seed are out, and try to figure it out. Because that's hard. It's hard on the program from 3 different aspects. One, you playing on Friday night, you turn around playing on Monday, and then you got to turn around and play somebody in the crossover game to try to get into the playoffs, right? So there's a lot of emotion there. There's a lot of time there. It's been a long season. So that's a grind that you don't need to place on your program. The second thing is you can always get people hurt. You're playing that extra deal there. And then the third thing is preparation. You don't get yourself being able to prepare for that crossover game, which gets you in the field of 16, which hasn't been done since 1985. So, how do I feel? I don't know right now. I mean, I've just told you what our goals are, is to stay out of that crossover. But we don't want to not be in the crossover and not be in the playoffs. We want to stay out of the tiebreaker, get in the crossover. That's our goal.
That's Shelton football coach Mark Smith as his Highclimbers get ready to take on the Bulldogs from North Mason in Belfair tonight. We will be talking with Bulldogs coach Rob Smith next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
The first rule of storage is keep out of reach of children. Ease of access is the #1 reason youth misuse recreational or prescription drugs. Store your medication, vape, edibles, or cannabis products in their original child-proof bottles with original labels if possible. Keep them locked up. Store your medicine, tobacco, or cannabis products in a locked cabinet, locked drawer, or in a bag like this with a lock. For more information, visit lockssavelives.org or call Mason County Public Health at 360-427-9670, extension 400.
Back at Phil Pugh Stadium in Belfair. The battle for the axe is coming up in moments, but first we must talk with North Mason football coach Rob Thomas.
Coach, let's talk about your team. Last year a little bit frustrating for you. You just couldn't keep people healthy. Is that right?
Yeah, we had 32 to 29 guys pretty much the entire season. And, we did have some, a couple injuries even before the season started with a key senior, right? Steven Netherland went down, and that was huge for us. But obviously depth was a big factor last year. We would do really good the first half of football, first half of a game, and then all of a sudden, right, guys can only take so much. So about halfway through third quarters, right, they're just dog tired, and that was a huge contributor to a lot of games last year. Like I said, we had opportunities, we just didn't have necessarily the depth, right, to continue to battle like we wanted to.
Now put that away. Let's not talk about last year.
Last year's over.
Let's talk about this year. Tell me about your team. Who do you have returning as players? Who do you have new faces?
Yeah, so some of our key returners, our quarterback, Micah McIntyre, right? He'll lead our offense, right? Does a great job. He's going to be a senior this year. We have 4 different tailbacks, right, that we're using this year. Our key returners are going to be Avery Boleen, Woody Topolo, and then Trevon Simons, which everybody knows, and then Caden Atencio, who's a sophomore this year. And those guys are going to see some quality carries on Friday nights, right? They're battling, right, for that starting job, right? Every single practice we have, they know it's a battle. And it's nice because now we have that depth at the spot. Up front, we got some big guys up front. Sean Harris is going to lead it at our center spot as a senior, right? Leland Lopes, right, is our transfer in, right? He came from Gig Harbor. And then, like I said, we got a couple other young guys, but they're all meshing right now. And then wide receiver-wise, we got Hayden McFarland and Nicole McCormick, who are going to be our top 2 guys out there that we're going to be throwing the ball to. Defensively, right, we have a lot of the same guys coming back. The thing is now is, like I said, we have the depth, right, to give those guys some breaks, right, when they need those. And now it doesn't fall off the block as far as, like, hey, when we put somebody in, they're like, hey, I need you for 2, right? We're okay with you going out there for a series because, like I said, the guys are way more conditioned this season, right? They put in a lot of work during the summer for as far as lifting goes, and we're seeing that on the field now, which is awesome.
Let's talk about your league. It seems like North Kitsap's at the top, and then everybody is very competitive underneath. Where do you feel your team fits this year? So
I tell you right now, we honestly feel like we are going to be right in a playoff hunt. Depth alone is going to help us out in those areas, but like I said, we are way better conditioned, right, stronger than we have been in the past. We had a great spring. We went to camp over at Eastern Washington University, right, had a great camp. And I think we did a lot of growing when we were over there, right? Because it was 3 days of nothing but football, right? No distractions. And the team was able to build, and we got to play teams like Garfield, right? And all of a sudden, when we played with them, right, they were like, we can play with anybody at that point in time, right? So I think that built a lot of confidence, right, which was really good for our team. So we absolutely expect to be right in the thick of things, right, and a hunt for one of those playoff spots this season.
First game, Shelton, Mason County Cup, battle for the axe. You want that thing back, right?
Oh, absolutely, right. We love this rivalry, right? It is absolutely amazing, right? You know, 2 programs in Mason County that they go and get to do battle every season, right, for that first game. And right now, yeah, we talk all nice, but come Friday night, right, we get after it, and we always love, like I said, playing those guys. And it doesn't matter, right? I was talking to their coach. I said, it doesn't matter, right? They could be the top team, right, in the state. We could be the top team in the state, or even the bottom teams, right? You're always going to play hard, right, in those rivalry games, and we expect, nonetheless, this coming Friday, and we think it's going to be a great battle.
What do you expect out of Shelton this year?
Like I said, talking to their coach, right? They're doing some rebuilding, right? We know they lost Goose, right, at the quarterback, but the other guy that's in there, right, he can still sling the rock. He's got good feet, right? He moves around well. They're always going to be good up front, right? They're always are very well up front, and so we're, like I said, we're going to have to make adjustments on the fly, right? Because the film we have is obviously from last season, and we know they're going to shift some things around just like we do. But you just got to be willing, like I said, to make changes on the fly and hope your guys, right, can adapt to whatever that is. So we're excited. Like I said, we think it's absolutely going to be a dogfight out here on Friday night.
Coach, thanks for taking some time out of your busy schedule.
No, absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you. Go Dogs.
That's Rob Thomas, head man for the North Mason football team. His Bulldogs getting ready to take on the Highclimbers from Shelton in the battle for the axe in the Mason County Cup. We'll have more from the pregame here in a moment on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a down line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a down line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
There we are. Well, good evening once again, and welcome once again to Phil Pugh Stadium in Belfair. Mason County Cup battle for the axe. The Bulldogs have just taken the field, and I hit the wrong camera, so let's try this camera right there. Now let's go that one. There we go. And the Bulldogs are on the field. Highclimbers are coming out of the locker room. My name is Diedrich Allen. I welcome everybody to the broadcast. Our broadcast, can't call it a booth. It's an area, but this is what we like when we're in Belfair. Wide open spaces and a great view of the field. Joining me, as always, Jerry Apple.
Thank you, Diedrich. Looking forward to the football game tonight. What a beautiful night for a football game. A nice breeze, probably in the lower 70s. Hard to say.
Temperature doesn't matter, Jerry. It's about football.
But not much breeze.
A little bit. Just a little enough to keep us cool, I think.
Yeah, but the flag is not moving. But yeah, you can feel the breeze.
Just a little bit of I'm excited to be here, Jerry. I've been looking forward to this for weeks. The jamborees, the scrimmage just don't get you that high school football fix.
Yeah, it just gives you a chance to know the players a little bit better in those 2 previous outings. But tonight's the real deal. And here come the Highclimbers.
Yep, carrying the axe, or axes, I should say, as they cross the field from left to right on your radio dial. Yes, we are on the radio today. We want to thank Jeff Slakey and KMAS Radio for bringing our network or online TV broadcast to the radio waves and serving everybody who can't quite make it up to Belfair for these games. We'll have all the games for the Highclimbers on the radio this season, as long as we can physically. Oh, we got a fan here buzzing around. That's interesting. We've got some bees in the booth. As long as we can, they'll let us do it. We will. We'll be there. Jerry, you have anything to add, I should say?
No. I think it's going to be a real good game. From what I can see so far in the previous 2 matches, we haven't seen North Mason play, but we have watched Shelton in a scrimmage and in a jamboree. So we do have a little bit of an idea how Shelton is.
Right. And I got a good sense of things from Coach Rob Thomas. And I'm looking up at the sky, Jerry. We have skydivers coming down.
Oh, cool.
I see 4. There's a flag up there. I'd point a camera up there, but you would not be able to see it. They're so far away. So as they did last year in this game, the idea is to drop down right at midfield. And
it's no longer a secret.
Now it's not. Yeah, well, we lost sight of them. They've gone behind us, but they'll probably come in from our right, Jerry. When they come swinging around. See, there it comes. Here comes the first one. See if we can get a better view. Let's go to that camera. And there's one dropping in, and there's another one. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Here's somebody. There he is. I'm assuming that they're men. There could be women. The Farringtons do a fabulous job. Oh, look at this, Jerry. That is so cool. Bringing the American flag from the sky. That is so cool, Jerry.
And we had 4 of them.
4
parachuters.
Yeah, that is just a nifty sight to see. If you missed it, you'll have to check the replay on MasonWebTV.com immediately after the game, or if you're watching, you can roll back and watch it again. Anyways, the national anthem's being played right now, so we'll take a timeout. We'll be back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Getting unneeded medications out of the home can help prevent misuse, abuse, and accidental poisoning. The Drug Take Back program provides consumers with a safe means for disposing of unused, unneeded, and expired prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. Mason County has 10 prescription drug take-back boxes at various pharmacies and tribal locations. For more information, go to medtakebackwashington.org.
And we're back in Belfair. Diedrich Allen, Jerry Apple, right in time for the flip of the coin. Jerry, I timed that just perfectly, didn't I?
You did.
Usually I'm way off one way or the other. And the captains are at midfield. Getting ready for the toss of the coin. You have Gabriel Conklin, number 33, Trevor Rodeback, 65, and that is J.J. Miller, and 71, Anthony Sancelli, the captains for the Highclimbers. I'm trying to see the Bulldog captains, Jerry, and I think, was it deferred, or what was that signal? I wasn't watching. Yeah, we do have a lineup. It looks like, let's see what the angle is. Now, the Bulldogs will be receiving the kickoff, it looks like. Did I see that right, Jerry, or did you not see it? Because we're on the opposite side of where the officials face. So we get the guess a lot tonight.
And we're not sure if Shelton deferred or not.
Well, I saw a deferral signal.
Did you?
Yeah, that I did see. So I think that maybe Shelton won the toss and deferred the second half, so the Bulldogs will get the ball. And that will bring us into the lineups, Jerry.
Okay.
So you want to go with the
offense,
North Mason offense and
sure.
Shelton defense.
For the North Mason starting offense, number 5, Cole McCormick at wide receiver. Number 9, Micah McIntyre, quarterback. Number 16, Hayden McFarland, wide receiver. Number 24, Caden Atencio, running back. Number 49, Donnie Esteban, halfback. Number 54, Leland Lopes, left tackle. Number 62, Sean Harris, center. Number 67, Will Smith, right guard. Number 74, Bobby Jute, right tackle. Number 78, Jackson Stewart, left guard. And number 82, Javon Kelly at tight end. For the Highclimbers.
Well, Jerry, just want to hold off, and we've got the kickoff coming away shortly, and we'll get the starting defense after the kickoff goes.
Sounds good.
So you've got A.J. Weir teeing it up at the 40. Whoops, for the Climbers. Back deep, looks like you have. Let's look at the right thing. Trevon Simons wearing number 3 this year, and it looks like it might be Avery Boleen on the far side, the deep men for the Bulldogs. And we have a delay here. Maybe Jerry could have got the starting defense out, but we're waiting for another player to jump on the field for the Highclimbers. And that'll be Seth Pierce arriving late. So Weir will tee it up at the 40. We'll get this game underway. The Highclimbers will be kicking from the right to the left for those on the radio. For those watching, the Highclimbers are in all whites with the black numbers. The Bulldogs are wearing blue jerseys, black pants, white numbers, white stripe down the legs. And we're about ready to get underway. Jerry, we're with the run-up. Just a moment. Here he goes. There's the boot. High, end-over-end kick. That'll be taken at the 30 to the 35, just across the 35 to the 37. And I believe on the return, it's getting up at the bottom of the pile. Looks like number 85 for the Bulldogs, and that is Dylan Perdue.
28-yard kickoff by A.J. Weir.
And so it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Jerry, can you do that defensive starters for the Highclimbers real quick? Well, no, we're not going to get the playoff play as they break the huddle. McIntyre out of the gun with a receiver on each side. McCormick, the back on near side. Or the receiver on the near side, a handoff. That'll go to, actually, this will be Caden Atencio on the carry. Gets around the right side. Picked up a couple of yards to the 40. So it looks like it'll be 2nd down and 8 coming. Just shy of the 40. 2-yard pickup. 11.5 minutes to go. Clock is running here, first quarter. Jerry, can you get to the starters' defense? Nope. We'll have to go one more play on that. Again, out of the gun will go McIntyre. And we have a whistle here. So we had an illegal substitution. So a guy had to go off and somebody came back in. Now we'll wind the clock again with 11:15 to go in the first quarter. Handoff again to Atencio. Spins out of one tackle, but just is slowed up. Enough ball comes out, and the Highclimbers came up with it. Did they get the ball? It is a turnover, and the Highclimbers have the ball, Jerry. Wow, what a quick exchange there. Somebody poked it out, and the Highclimbers recovered it, and I believe it was Cam Heising that came up with that ball, Jerry. So it's 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. So, Jerry, we can run down the Highclimber offense. I can do that real quickly. Bishop Manning is a wideout. Gabriel Conklin, the quarterback. Omar Zepeda Soto is another wide receiver. Jaden Fuller in the backfield. Mason Guard. Noah Tiatoa. Toa Tia. It was a handoff straight up the middle is Jaden Fuller. And he is stuffed right up the middle by Leland Lopes. No gain. Actually, he's going to lose. Well, now I'm going to call no gain on that. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 37. Sorry, folks, we're a little bit rusty here ourselves. Again, the Highclimbers will go out of the pistol. Manning, the receiver on the far side. Cordoba, the receiver on the near side. Turn around and hand it off to Fuller. Fuller, clotheslined and dropped. In there on the tackle for the Bulldogs, Robert Jute was one of the two, and I think Lopes also in there on the tackle, and it's a loss of 3, and it's 3rd down from the 40 now for the Highclimbers, trying to capitalize on the turnover. Got some substitutions coming in and out. 10-14 on the first quarter clock, no score. Shelton with the ball in Bulldog territory. with a third, and it looks like 14 from the 40. Again, out of the pistol. Conklin faked the handoff this time on the rollout, going to the right, sets his feet, goes deep. Got a guy there. It's Cordova with a catch inside the 10, dropped at the 5. Big pass and an excellent catch by Wheelie Cordova. First and goal for the Highclimbers. They'll spot him at the 6, it looks like, Jerry.
32-yard catch by Wheelie Cordova from the quarterback, Conklin, Gabe Conklin.
So first and goal from the 6 for the Highclimbers. Looks like they're going to go with what we call the hammer package, Jerry. Got Conklin with a back on each side and Fuller behind him. He'll fake the toss, keep it himself, tuck it under, run up the middle, fire his way near the goal line. Did he get in? No, he's down just short of the goal line at about the 1 foot line, Jerry, if that.
Second and 5 on the play.
Second and goal coming for the Highclimbers. They're in, knocking on the door, trying to take advantage of the turnover by the Bulldogs. 9:18 to go here, first quarter, no score. Second and goal from, we'll call it the 1, but it's like the 1 foot. Again, out of the hammer. It's a little different formation than the hammer has been in the past. And we're going to have a false start here, Jerry. That's what I'm predicting, excuse me, as players were jumping and nobody was set. I must remind everybody that this is the first game for the referees, too. Substitution coming into the ball game. I say that's Jerome Nichols-Gooley came in. Got Leth on one side and Brad Evelyn on the other. It's direct snap right to Conklin, straight up the middle for the touchdown. And the Highclimbers strike first, 6-0 with 8:46 to go in the first quarter in this Mason County Cup. Point after coming. And it looks like they might be going for 2, or am I wrong? Nope, I'm wrong. There's a
62-yard drive on 6 plays in about 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
So the point after is coming. Weir is on to kick the point after. Brotherton's the holder. The long snapper is Leth. So it's Cody Brotherton, the snapper, and A.J. Weir, the kicker. Waiting for the snap of the ball. There's the snap. The spot is down. Kick is up. Kick. It looks good from our point of view. We'll wait for the signal. It is good. 7-0. Shelton on top early. 8:46 to go in the first quarter of the Mason County Cup. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio.
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
We're back at Phil Pugh Stadium in Belfair, 7-0. Shelton strikes first. It's 8:46, but they put 3 more seconds on the clock. It's now 8:49 to go first quarter. And it looks like the Highclimbers are back to tee it up, kick it back to the Bulldogs, and the Highclimbers took advantage of that fumble by the Bulldogs early on.
Well, the key there was a nice catch by Wheelie Cordova.
Right.
Nice pass from Conklin. That was 32 yards.
Yeah, they were going backwards on the run. The Bulldogs came out to stop the run. Highclimbers decided to go pass on a 3rd down, and they strike and get the set up the touchdown. So here we go with a kickoff from A.J. Weir. He's going to do another end-over-end kick. This one's a little bit deeper. This one's going to be taken at the 13. This is Boleen. Boleen fights his way for the 30-yard line, across the 30 to 32. And that's where North Mason will take over in this possession of the ball game, their second. So 1st and 10 for North Mason on the 32-yard line.
Nice kickoff by A.J. Weir, 47 yards.
Got a moment. We'll try to give you the starting defense for the Highclimbers. Jason Castaneda, Cody Brotherton, Cameron Heising, Omar Zepeda Soda, Brad Eveland, Ben Morford, Troy Green, Jaden Fuller, Hunter Leff, Gabriel Gooley, and Jerome Nichols Gooley. It is 1st and 10 for North Mason on their own 32-yard line. Back to pass goes McIntyre. He's got a guy there. Throw in it. It's deflected, knocked away. Good play defensively by Cody Brotherton. That pass was intended for number 82, and that is Javon Kelly.
Tight end.
Just couldn't quite get it over the outstretched hand of Brotherton. Brings up 2nd and 10 from the 32. McIntyre out of the gun again. Got a receiver on the near side, one on the far side. Handoff. It's a delayed handoff, and down he goes. Nowhere to go. The ball came out, but he was well down. I didn't see who the carrier was, Jerry. It's gonna be McIntyre trying to swing it around on the keeper, Jerry. He ran into a wall of white, and it'll be a loss in the play in 3rd and long.
Tackle by number 96.
That would be Jerome Nichols Gooley on the tackle. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and 15. Ball back at the 27-yard line. Bulldogs need the 42 for the 1st down. 3rd down here, under 8 minutes to go here, 1st quarter, trailing 7-0. Out of the gun again goes McIntyre. There's an up back, that's Woody Topolo. Snap is on Tiger. He'll dump it off to Atencio, and he's smothered under by, that would be Cam Heising with the tackle. There is a flag on the play, Jerry.
Number 13 was also in on that tackle, number 13.
That's Zepeda Soto. We're checking out the flag at this point. Another loss on the play if it stands. Which would, if they lead it with the play stands, that'd be 4th down. Take the penalty, it pushes the Bulldogs back more. If it's on them, if it's on the Highclimbers, that's a break for the Bulldogs. Let's see what the call is. Oh, it is a chop block on the Bulldogs. That's refused. That'll bring up 4th down. So it's going to be 4th and, a bunch here. I'm going to mark the ball down at the 20. I think I say no loss on the play there, Jerry. So it'll be 4th down and 15 from the 27. Punting situation. And it looks like, I say it's Boline back there to punt it away for the Bulldogs. Back standing about his 35 is going to be Fuller. There's the kick. It is a spiraling kick, but kind of short. That one's going to hit at the 45 and take a bounce. It's actually going to roll inside the 35 down to the 30. I was wrong. It was Zepeda Soto back to receive that punt. He stayed away from it, and the Highclimbers will take over on their own 30-yard line, 1st and 10. Jerry, anything to say at this point? Nothing? Silence. Crickets from Jerry. So it's 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. Never did finish that starting lineup for the Highclimbers. Bennett Henry plays tight end. Wheatley Cordova, wide receiver. Roy Journey Bear Perez is the left tackle. The center is Anthony Cincelli. Jeremy Miller is a left guard. Here's a pistol, and it looks like people are jumping. Bulldogs are pointing to the Highclimbers. Highclimbers think it's on the Bulldogs for encroachment. Let's see what the call is. As we discuss, Noah Tuatea, they're going to call it a false start on the Highclimbers, so we'll march it back. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 25 now. Mason guard, Jaden Fuller, Omar Zepeda Soto, Gabe Conklin, and Bishop Manning, the starting the lineup for the Highclimbers. As Zepeda Soto will come out, and coming in will be Jerome Nichols Gooley. Pistol formation. Conklin has Fuller behind him. It looks like it might be Eveland in front of him. Oh, bad snap. And Conklin will pick it up and slide down at the 10-yard line. That snap was just a little bit too high for Gabe to handle, and it's another loss on the play. A loss of what looks like 15.
20?
15, Jerry. Back to the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
Actually going to spawn it at the 9. They need to get to the 30 for the first down. That'll be second down and 21, excuse me. So Conklin will go empty backfield out of the gun. He'll take a little rollout to his right, stops, sets his feet, gets some time, throws it long. Got a guy there, nearly intercepted by McIntyre. Bishop Manning played defender on that and knocked it away. I think it was intended for Bishop, just a little off target.
It was, yeah.
And that'll bring up third and 21 from the 9 for the Highclimbers. 6:40 to go first quarter, 7-0. Shelton with the lead and the ball in their own territory. Manning and Cordova go wide to the right. Looks like Zepeda Soto and Henry are wide to the near side. Now they're going to load the short side of the field. That's the near side with 3 receivers. And Fuller is kind of an out back there. Empty backfield. Dump it off to Fuller, setting up the screen. He gets some blockers, and he fights his way to the 15-yard line with a 6-yard pickup, Jerry. Not enough for the first down by far. Brings it fourth down and really long.
Yeah, they had to go about 40 yards to get a first down.
It seems like that. They had to get up to the 40.
Or no, excuse me, 30. They had to go 30 yards.
Yeah.
To get a first down.
So it's a punting situation, and Gabe Conklin will do the kicking. Trevon Simons back about midfield, waiting for the punt from Conklin. For the Bulldogs, you come after this. Snap is on target. Kick is high, spiraling. Simons will let it go, and it brushes by everybody, and it'll be down at the 41-yard line. Doing the downing is going to be
44-yard punt.
Bennett Henry. So first and 10 from the 41 for the Bulldogs. 5:43 to go first quarter, 7-0. Shelton with the lead, and North Mason gets the ball back.
Pretty good punt.
Good punt. Nice, pretty punt. So first and 10 for North Mason on the 41, their own 41. 7-0 is the score. We're still in the first quarter with 5 minutes, 43 seconds. McCormick goes wide to the far side. That's to the left. Near side is McFarland. Handoff in the middle to Atencio. I'm sorry, that's not Atencio. Yes, it is Caden Atencio. He fights his way just to the left of the tackle, to just to the shy of midfield at the 49.
I'm going to give him 3 yards on that.
Looks good.
He's the only one that's carried the ball so far for North Mason.
He's second down and 7 from the 49.
He was a starting back last year for North Mason.
Pardon me, I'm the 44. See, I'm still getting used to positions and numbers. I'm really off today. That's a 5-yard difference. They're at the 44-yard line, started at the 41. So it's now second down and 7. Need to get to the 49 of Shelton for the first down. Out of the gun will go McIntyre to pull over the up back. Hand it off to Atencio. He'll cut it up the seam, trying to make a move, and then he's swallowed under Hunter left with the first guy there. And it looks like it was Cody Brotherton to clean that up. Short gain of 3 yards. Third down and 4 from the 47. I've got the markers right. You'd think I'd get it right, Jerry. There's nice big numbers painted on the field. You can't get much better than this. Of course, you got to move your camera if you want everybody to see it who's watching online. Again, out of the gun goes McIntyre. A receiver on each side, and up back is Woody Topolo. Atencio, the back beside him. Back to pass. He'll throw over the middle. It's complete. And breaking a tackle at the 35. Cuts it back at the 25, spinning and dropped down. Nice little tackle there made by Cameron Heising. The receiver, however, was Trevon Simons. First and 10 from the 20. Way to flip the field, Jerry.
Yeah, it was a nice pass and also a nice run after the pass completion.
So 1st and 10, the Bulldogs into Highclimber territory at their 20-yard line. Trying to answer for the touchdown earlier. 4 minutes and counting on the clock.
Who
First
caught
quarter.
the ball?
Number 3. McFarland goes wide to the far side. McCormick near side handoff to Atencio straight up the middle to the 15, but we have a flag in the backfield, Jerry. And that'll likely be a hold, Jerry. I think it's coming back. Spot foul at the 21, so that's a big loss for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that was a 40-yard pass play, that last play.
So the penalty did go on the Bulldogs. That'll march them back. I believe it's 10. Nope, it's only 5. It's a 5-yard penalty. So we're on the opposite side, so we don't have, nope, they're going to mark it back again. So the Bulldogs back at the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 20 from the 30 for North Mason. 3:47 to go, first quarter. 7-0, Shelton with the lead, North Mason with the ball. McIntyre will go out of the gun to follow the up back. Atencio is the back beside him. He's back to pass. Hesitates, pumps and goes long. McFarland there, catches it in there, touchdown. Flag on the play, but I think it's going to be a defensive pass interference, and that play will stand. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Point away from tying this thing up, but we will have to check the flag. McFarland with a nice pass, or nice catch in coverage, Jerry. Good pass by McIntyre. That was a 30-yard pickup and a touchdown. Let's see what the penalty is. Waiting for the call from the umpire, or the referee, excuse me. Guy in the white hat, as I like to call him. I would imagine this is going to be pass interference on the Highclimbers. Yes, that's what the call is. The touchdown will stand. It is 7-6 now.
76 yards on 5 plays.
And in to kick the point after for the Bulldogs, number 88. That's Xavier Powell. Holders Cole McCormick for the Bulldogs. Spot is down, kick is up. It splits the upright, but there is a flag on the play. So, well, let's hold off right here, Jerry. We may have a penalty after the play. The point is good, so it's a tie ball game at 3:30 to go in first quarter. Let's see what we have on the penalty before we take a break. Oh, it's a false start, so it does not count, Jerry. Nope, they're going to... Okay. There are 2 penalties on the play. Now I got it. It's a false start on North Mason, and then a running into the kicker on Shelton, so that offsets, and we get to kick the point again. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, it does. Offsetting penalties.
Offsetting penalties. When I saw the motion for the kick, that sometimes means they're going to set the penalty on the kickoff, but not in this game. So the Bulldogs will have to kick it again. So Powell will get another shot at tying this ball game back up with 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. There's the snap, spots down, kick is up. That one's going to be partially blocked, and there's another flag on the play as well. I don't know who got their big mid on that one, but it was partially blocked, but we do have another penalty on the play, Jerry. We'll see what this call is about. It is another false start, and this time it does go on the Bulldogs. The Highclimbers will accept that penalty, and the Highclimbers stay up by 1 point. 7-6 with 3.5 minutes to go first quarter. I think we'll just keep it right here. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Jerry, it's been quite a battle so far.
It has been.
And the difference now is a blocked field goal.
Yeah, and several...
sorry, let me restate that. Blocked point after attempt. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well, the thing is, we haven't seen too much on the rushing game, but we've seen some nice pass plays. 2 nice pass plays by North Mason. One of 30 yards and another one of 30 yards, and then the 38-yard one to Wheatley Cordova for the Shelton Highclimbers. So it's basically the yardage has all been gained in the air.
Right, when you just expect a running game from both teams, because I was told, the coach told me off our interview for North Mason, says we're 65% run. And we know Shelton is about the same usually, but not tonight so far. So it looks like, why are we kicking off from the 45?
Well, that's because of the penalty.
Okay.
But now
the
I don't know
penalty
why.
for roughing the kicker the previous attempt. That doesn't make sense to me, though. So the Bulldogs are going to be kicking it off from the 45. I think we need to roll it back to the Bulldog 40, because you don't assess a penalty.
Not if they're offsetting.
Offsetting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll remind everybody that it's the first game for the referees as well. So kicking it off again is Powell for North Mason. Back about the goal line is Fuller and Zepeda Soto, and Fuller will take it at the 5. He'll get up to the 10, working around the right side, breaks around the corner at the 20, slips one tackle, and then he's spun down about the 26, 27-yard line. And a good return, Jerry, of 22
yards. Yeah.
It's easy when they catch it on a line marker, doesn't it, Jerry? And they run out and you just do the quick math. Either way, 1st and 10 for Shelton on their own 27-yard line. Leading by 1, 7-6 with 3:20 to go, first quarter. Bulldogs already out there.
You have a timeout there?
No, we're just waiting for
the
officials to get things going.
So a nice return by Jaden Fuller. As we know, Jaden has a lot of speed.
He does. So the Highclimbers will come off the sidelines, go right to the formation. You've got Bishop Manning wide to the near side on the numbers. It's the wide side of the field. 2 receivers on the far side, which is the short side of the field. Highclimbers are going right to left. Manning will go to motion, down to the seam, and then he'll step back and set his feet. Out of the gun will go Conklin. He'll flip it, and this goes to, what was that? That's Cameron Heising with a little run, trying to take a little flip handoff, and gets around the corner going to the left to the 32-yard line.
About a 5-yard?
Yeah, 2nd and 5 from the 32. Clock is running with under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. 7-6 our score. Shelton with the lead and the ball. They lead by 1. 3 receivers to the far side. 1 to the near side. That's Bishop Manning. Fuller of the back next to Conklin out of the gun. Waiting for the snap. It's on target. Conklin on the rollout. To his left. Throws it deep. There's a guy there. It's Bennett Henry. Run out of bounds after the catch at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. Just shy of midfield. And Jerry Conklin's held in there. He had some pressure coming, and good pickup by his blockers to keep that play alive as Conklin made the rollout to his right. Same formation as the last time. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side, out of the gun. Back to pass, goes Conklin, short drop. Going to look down the field, he'll throw. Hits Manning. Manning breaks a tackle, and then he's drugged down by an arm at about the 32, 33-yard line. Good tackle by
19-yard pass play to Manning.
Bishop Manning is 6'6", and the guy on him had to be about 5'7", I'm thinking. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 33-yard line. That's the Bulldog 33. This is the Highclimbers on the drive. 1:44 to go. And there's going to be a flag on the play again. And this one will go on the Bulldogs. I believe that's going to be another encroachment or offsides penalty. And march off 5 and make it 1st and 5 from the 28.
That was the 4th penalty on North Mason for a total of 20 yards.
So 1st and 5 from the 28 for the Highclimbers. Out of the pistol goes Conklin. Fuller the back behind him. Turn around, hand it off to Fuller. Fuller stutter steps, tries to break it outside. Can't get by the grip of number 12, Keegan Bennell, after a short gain of about 2. Make it 2nd and 3. Yeah, maybe only 1, Jerry.
Okay.
I'll spot the ball at the 26. So actually that is a 2-yard gain. I'll stay with my 2nd and 3. This looks like a very long 3 from the sidelines. Substitution into the lineup now is, I'm thinking it's Jerome Gooley. He'll be one of the up men. He's one of the tight ends playing up off the line. Out of the pistol goes Conklin. New back in the backfield. And he'll take the handoff and straight up the middle. I can't see the number, Jerry. I'm thinking it's going to be Brad Evelyn, but I'll have to wait till he gets up the bottom of the pile. It is Brad Evelyn on the carry, number 18. Got 2, Jerry. It's 3rd and 1 from the 24. 33 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 our score. Shelton with the lead in the ball. 25 seconds on the clock. Out of the pistol goes Conklin with a receiver on each side. Turn around, hand it off to Evelyn. He'll break 1 tackle, bounce it outside, gets it inside the 15-yard line, still on his feet before he's dropped by 4 Bulldogs. Wow, what a run by number 18 for the Highclimbers, Brad Evelyn. 1st and 10 from, looks like the 14-yard line, Jerry.
So we're looking at 8-yard gain?
Only needed 1.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to spot the ball actually at the 14-yard line. The quarter will run out. We're through 1 in the Mason County Cup. Shelton up on top. 7-6. We'll head to the 2nd in a moment. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Waiting for the start of the second quarter, 7-6 ball game. Shelton with the lead and the ball. They'll have a 1st and 10 from the North Mason 14-yard line when we resume play. Beautiful crowd here, Jerry. They all seem to be gathered around us, don't they? They're all to our left, Jerry.
Yeah.
So you hear a lot of, there's a great crowd on the other side as well. This is a great turnout. Plus the extra student section under the goalpost on the
North
other end.
Mason students at the beginning of the year, right before football season, said we want that side. So the parents, the band, the students are on the far side.
Well, Jerry, that is the new side, and that's
right.
It's covered.
Yeah.
This side is not.
So that makes it probably a wise decision.
A very wise decision.
Yeah, yeah.
So 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers on the North Mason 14-yard line. Conklin will go out of the gun. Fuller beside him. To his right. Manning alone, wide out near side to the far side. One in motion, a little flip to him. And that's Heising on the carry. Actually, yes it is. Into the end zone. Yes he is. Steps into the end zone. Avoiding a diving Cole McCormick. And the Highclimbers back on the board. The 2nd touchdown in the game.
12-yard touchdown run by Cameron Heising.
That's Heising, right? It's number 6, right?
Yes.
I changed my numbers on this. He just took a little sweep around and scored on that, and he just beat out Cole McCormick on that tackle at the corner. So, on to kick the point after the A.J. Weir. Holder is Cody Brotherton. Left again is the snapper. Snap on target. It's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 14-6 is our score. 7 seconds into the second quarter. Shelton extends their lead. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
And we're back here. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, Shelton had a 38-yard drive on 6 plays.
11:52 to go in the second quarter. Excuse me, I'm having a tongue-tied moment. 11:52 to go in the second quarter. Shelton 14, North Mason 6. And the Highclimbers are going to kick it back to the guys in blue after their second touchdown of the game here. A.J. Weir has it, he'll tee it up at the 40 here to kick it back. You've got Boleen and Simons back deep, standing about the 10-yard line for North Mason, waiting for this kickoff from Weir. You can hear the band across the way. North Mason Bulldog Band, one of the better bands in the area, Jerry.
And a big band.
Yeah.
Good band leader.
Pick up a whole section. Great band leader. Good guy. Here's a kick, kind of a line drive. It'll be taken by Simons at the 11. He'll go straight up the numbers, cut it out the outside, 25, 30, 35, slips a tackle, up the sidelines to the 50, spun out of bounds at midfield. But there's a flag way back at the 27-yard line, Jerry. But a good return by Trevon Simons. It's going to be coming back, but a good run. About 40 yards, Jerry.
I think the tackle was number 10. Or 18.
18, that was Brad Evelyn.
Okay, Brad Evelyn
with the tackle. But we have a penalty marker back at the 27, 28-yard line, so that'll likely be a block in the back or a hold. So the Bulldogs will start deep and not take advantage of that good run back by Simons.
That was a 49-yard kickoff by A.J. Weir.
Nope, they're going to pick up the flag, and actually they are going to mark it out at the 45, Jerry.
Nice run then.
From the 11 to the 45.
Yeah.
Just gives a 34-yard return. Is that right? Yeah.
Who was the runner?
Number 3. Trevon Simons. He's in the backfield, it looks like. No, he's not. Actually, it's going to be Tencio in the backfield with McIntyre out of the gun. Man in motion there says actually Simons. A little handoff, handoff to Tencio. He'll bounce it on the outside, try to get around the corner, slips. Oh, cannot lift the grip of Cameron Heising. He gets spun down after about a 4-yard pickup at the 49. Atencio, yeah. Cam Heising just grabbed a hold of an arm in a jersey and would not let go. Otherwise, Atencio could have been gone to the races. And we have yet another whistle here. I don't see any flags in the backfield. Do we have a timeout? We do have a timeout by the Bulldogs. 11:16 to go, second quarter. 14-6 is our score. I think we'll just keep it right here, Jerry.
Correct.
You have anything other statistics to throw out at us?
Well, so far Shelton is 4 for 5 in the passing game, and Gabe Conklin being the quarterback for the Highclimbers. The leading rusher so far is Cameron Heising. He has 2 carries for 13 yards. And the leading ball carrier, of course, for North Mason is Caden Atencio. He's got 5 carries for 8 yards.
So the Bulldogs will have a second down and 6 from their own 49 when we come out of the timeout. Again, 11 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the first half. Shelton 14, North Mason 6. Bulldogs have the ball, trying to put together a drive here.
North Mason is 0 for 2 in the passing game, has 4 first downs.
McCormick comes wide to the near side. Simons in the slot on the near side, short side of the field. Simons will go in motion, handoff to him after the shotgun snap. There's a flag on the play around the corner. Here's Simons, who scampers up the sidelines, run out of bounds. Just outside the 40 to 42-yard line, but that's coming back, Jerry. There's a flag back in the backfield. Or a block in the back.
Could be, yeah.
Either one. It's likely going to be a hold, though, because Simons was going away from the play.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to misdirection there. So, so far tonight, the Bulldogs have been their own worst enemy.
They have. They've had 4 penalties, and that was, 5-yarder?
I'm thinking this is going to be 10. Let's see where they put it. Going to march it back to the 39. It'll be second down and 16.
Yeah, that's their 4th penalty for 30 yards. Yeah, they are being their own worst enemy.
McIntyre will go back out of the gun. McCormick comes wide to the near side. Going wide to the far side is Hayden McFarland. Atencio the back beside McIntyre. Woody Topolo up. He's going back. He's going to pass deep to McCormick. Reaches up, caught it, but he's out of bounds. McCormick had a good play, out-jumped the defender, that's Fuller, but he was out of bounds when he caught it, so that play does not go down in the books, and it's third down and 16 from the 44, or I'm sorry, 39. I'll get right. Eventually, Jerry, it'll all come into my mind. It's our first game, too.
Yeah.
So third down and 16 from the 39.
Well, I'm having fun keeping statistics tonight.
You should see Jerry's. I gave him his whole table. He has a table to himself tonight. So he has all the room in the world.
He's got me spoiled.
And then we'll get home and you'll have to share your table. I'm sorry.
I do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe Cheryl will give you some room. I don't know. Back to this game, 11 minutes to go in the second quarter, 14-6. North Mason with the ball. They're trailing in this game. They have a third down and 16 from their own 39. We're going to have a false start on that one. I don't know if you're going to get 2 men in motion. Topolo was going sideways, but one of the linemen took off.
Yeah.
Or the tight end, I think, might have taken off on that play. I don't know. It's a false start, so Bulldogs again going backwards. Now it's 3rd and 21. Ball will be spotted at the 34-yard line. Highclimbers were trying to get up closer to the Bulldog huddle on that play, Jerry.
Yeah, they've got a third down and 21.
Yep. From the 34.
Passing situation.
You would think so. McFarland comes wide to the near side. McCormick goes wide to the far side. Lights come on here in Belfair on the field. Back to pass goes McIntyre. Will dump it off in the middle. Knocked away. Great play.
By number 18.
Yeah, Brad Evelyn stuck a hand out there and knocked it away. And that'll be 4th down. And there is another flag on the play, Jerry. So I think they're going to take the result of this play, whatever the penalty is, Jerry. It's going to be a hold on the Bulldogs. Refuse. It brings up 4th and 21 from the 34. And that means punting situation for the Bulldogs. And the ball is marked on the North Mason 34. Omar Zepeda Soto will be standing about his own 37-yard line, waiting for this punt from Avery Beline, the kicker for North Mason. The punter, I should say, for North Mason.
So the ball's on the 34?
Yep, the ball's on the 34, and we have a timeout by the Highclimbers. Let's take one ourselves. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio.
The first rule of storage is keep out of reach of children. Ease of access is the #1 reason youth misuse recreational or prescription drugs. Store your medication, vape, edibles, or cannabis products in their original child-proof bottles with original labels if possible. Keep them locked up. Store your medicine, tobacco, or cannabis products in a locked cabinet, locked drawer, or in a bag like this with a lock. For more information, visit lockssavelives.org or call Mason County Public Health at 360-427-9670, extension 400.
Well, I like to say that it is a first game for us because I forgot to switch the cameras on that one. You heard the ad, you just didn't see it. So it's 4th down and 21 for North Mason coming out of the Shelton timeout. They're going to be punting. Avery Boleen is the punter. Going back to about his 35 is Omar Zepeda Soto for the Highclimbers. Snap on target, kick away, that's high, spiraling. It's going to be taken at the 37 by Omar Zepeda Soto. Omar changes direction, going to the left this time, runs away from Topolo, slips one tackle, going to get into the 40, dropped there at the 35 by Boleen, I believe. Got the shoelaces of Zepeda Soto out there, saved a touchdown. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers on the 37-yard line of North Mason. What a nice run back. I'm sorry, 36-yard line is where the Highclimbers will start out. 10:38 to go. Second quarter. 14-6 is our score. Shelton with the lead and the ball in Bulldog territory. Trying to add on here. Starting out on the North Mason 36.
How many yards was that return?
Oh, Jerry, you're going to...
I would say it was about 36 yards.
Okay, we'll go with it.
But I was just double checking with you.
Out of the pistol goes Conklin, turn around, fake the handoff on the rollout, coming to the left. He'll dump it off to Henry. Henry dives inside the 30. He had to avoid a swipe by Atencio and Keegan Boleen. And they'll mark him down inside the 30 at the 27. Is there a penalty marker on that play, Jerry? I don't see anything.
I don't see
it. There it is. It's standing on the far side, so there's a penalty marker. Everybody's standing around like there's a penalty marker, and there is at the 37. So that's going to come back.
Nice catch. It was a 7-yard pass play, but it'll be nullified, I guess, here by the penalty, right?
Yeah, it looks like it. I don't know what the penalty is.
Let's see what it is, yeah.
Well, we'll do our best to guess. Probably going to be a hold or no. Looks like it's going to be a 5-yard penalty, Jerry.
Okay.
So that'll bring up 1st and 15 from the 41.
I was really impressed by Bennett Henry in the jamboree. Caught a couple really nice passes.
Shotgun formation, but I think we're going to have another meeting of the minds here with the refereeing crew. Formation for the Highclimbers looks like it'll be shotgun formation, triple receivers on the near side. That's Henry, Cordova, and Zepeda Soto. One guy on the far side, that's Bishop Manning. In the backfield with Conklin will be Jaden Fuller. That's the offensive. Well, now they're going to break it all up. After I went through all of that, Jerry, they're going to go with a different play. Cordova wide to the near side. Manning is Zepeda Soto wide to the far side. Pistol formation this time. Fuller the back behind Conklin. It looks like it might be Henry the up back. Handoff to Fuller. Fuller changes direction up the middle just enough to get a couple of yards inside the 40 to the 37. And 39. Actually, not enough pushing. It's a couple of yard gain for Jaden Fuller.
Okay.
Almost lost his shoe there too. So it'll be 2nd down, and it looks like 13 for Shelton. 9:50 to go, first half. Shelton with the lead, 14-6. Clock is running. Same formation. Nope, actually, I'll take that back. 2 receivers on each side for Conklin out of the gun. Fuller the back to his right. Bulldogs showing blitz. Back to pass goes Conklin, short drop. He's going to go long. Got a guy in the middle of the field. It's Zepeda Soto. Caught it at the inside the. Oh, he dropped it at the last moment. Boy, oh boy, it looked like he had it. Came down, I think the good defense by the Bulldogs, and a couple guys knocked that away, incomplete.
And he out-leaped both of them.
Yep,
the
he did.
defenders, too.
Let's see here. Omar is 6'2". Kind of looks kind of short out there to some of these guys, Jerry. So it'll bring up third down. It's only third down? I thought it was third down the last play. It says it's third down and 13 from the 39 for the Highclimbers. Manning the wideout near side. Man in motion, that is Omar Cepeda-Soto. Fake handoff to him. Conklin avoids one rusher. He's going to tuck it under and go up to the 30. Goes to the line, sidelines, out of bounds about the 27-yard line. That'll bring up 4th and short for the Highclimbers. However, not enough for the first down. Stop the clock at 9:10 to go here in the first half.
11-yard gain by Conklin.
Yeah, it'll be 4th and 2 now. Actually, make it 12-yard gain, Jerry. It's going to be 4th and 1.
Okay, thank you.
I'm looking at the marker, Jerry.
Yeah.
And here comes the hammer package for the Highclimbers. The big bodies out there.
And they ran this pretty successfully last year.
With a completely different lineup. But this is their hammer package, and it's actually a pistol formation. Conklin has 2 guys beside him and 1 guy behind him. No wide receivers, tight ends on the line. You've got Fuller the back behind Conklin. Conklin has Leth to his left, Evelyn to his right. Looks like now Bennett Henry is on the near line of the end, and there's going to be a timeout by the Highclimbers here with 9:08 to go here in the first half.
Second timeout for the Highclimbers.
And well, let's see if we can get this to work properly. We'll step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
And we're back here, 4th and 1 for the Highclimbers on the North Mason 27-yard line. I'm going to put 9:10 on the clock. Shelton with a 14-6 lead here in the Mason County Cup. Trying to extend this drive with a 4th down, and this will be under center. And a sneak up the middle. I don't know who's the quarterback, but I know it was not Conklin, and that should be well enough for the first down to the 25. And who took that snap, Jerry? I have no idea. Thinking it might have been Evelyn. There's a big body in the middle there. Yeah, it was Evelyn who took that snap, Jerry.
Thank you.
Under center. And he gets the first down, keep the drive alive at the 25 for the Highclimbers. Clock is running with 8:50 to go in the first half. Conklin will go out of the pistol. Fuller the back behind him. Bennett Henry, the up back at the end of the line on the left, and the receiver on the far side, 2 on the near side. Roll out, near side, dump it off to Henry. Henry had to turn around and get that one, corral it in, and fights his way for the 21. That's a hard-fought 4 yards, Jerry. 2nd and 6 coming for the Highclimbers. 8:20 to go here, first half, excuse me. Clock continues to run. Whitley Cordova wide out far side at the numbers, far side of the field. Well, sorry, the wide side of the field. Hash mark near side. Bishop Manning the wide out on the near side. Out of the pistol goes Conklin. Turn around, hand it off to Fuller. Fuller trying to bounce it out the right side. Gets a lot of running room. Hits the 15 to the 20 to the 5. Bangs body, knocked out of bounds inside the 5 on the tackle by Teron Simons. But it's a 1st and goal for Shelton. Spot the ball where, Jerry? I think he's at the 3. maybe the 2. Looks like he ran out of bounds at the 2, Jerry.
I got an 18-yard carry there.
He did the math quicker than I did. So 1st and goal for Shelton. Clock is stopped at 7:49 to go, first half.
Yeah, the ball was on the 21.
Right, yeah. And the ball's at the 2 now. So there's that heavy package again, the hammer as we call it. This time it's a snap, and Evelyn had to dropped it, picked it up. He's on the run, going the other way. He's going to be stopped for a loss on the play, but a good
good effort by him.
Yeah, Evelyn had trouble with that snap and ended up losing 8 yards back at the 10-yard line now. Conklin comes back in, but a good effort there.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bad snap for the Highclimbers. Good effort, like you said, by Brad Evelyn.
Just to pick the ball back up. It bounced around. He had to chase it down. Either way, 7:14 and counting on the first half clock. 14-6, Shelton with the lead in the ball. They have a 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line now. Highclimbers a little bit wide. 2 receivers on the near side, Manning and Cordova. And I think the Highclimbers have to burn their final timeout as the lineup was not out there for Shelton. We'll step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Might help if I turn the volume back up, Jerry. I don't know how it got down. Either way, we're back at in Belfair. 2nd and goal for the Highclimbers on the North Mason 10-yard line. Highclimbers with the ball, knocking on the door again, trying to build on their 14-6 lead. Under 7 minutes to go, 6:55 to go here in the first half. Conklin out of the pistol. Looks like Evelyn in the back. Nope, actually that's Henry. Is the up back. Guy behind him is Fuller. Turn around, fake the handoff there. Conklin on the rollout. Got a lot of running room. He's going to tuck it under and run for the goal line. Touchdown, Highclimbers. Gabe Conklin with a 10-yard scramble. And the Highclimbers extend their lead 20-6. That was a good response to a bad play previously, Jerry.
Yeah, that's the 2nd touchdown run by Gabe Conklin.
Yeah, he had the 1-yard
dive
he had the 1
early
on to score the first points of the game. So A.J. Weir on to kick the point after. Cody Brotherton, the holder. Waiting for the snap. Long count here. There's the snap, the spot. Oh, the Bulldogs came in there, but Weir got it up and through the uprights with a lot of pressure. It's now 21-6, 6:47 to go, first half. Shelton on top.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
And we're back here in Belfair. 21-6 is our score. 6:47 to go. First half.
Yeah,
Shelton with the lead. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Jerry.
Oh, no.
I was trying to wrap up my thought and I didn't do it quick enough. Go ahead, Jerry.
Gabe Conklin is 5 for 6 in the passing game, and he is also the leading ball carrier. 3 carries for 26 yards.
Okay.
Sorry about
No, it's all right. My train of thought kind of stumbled there, and Jerry picks it up like he always does. He picks up my slack.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So the kickoff is, we're waiting for the kickoff for Shelton back to North Mason after scoring their third touchdown here in the first half, second in the quarter. It is 21-6 with 6:47 to go on the game clock for the first half. Weir has it teed up at the 40.
His last kickoff was 49 yards, which is good.
Yeah. Boleen and Atencio are back deep. This one's going to go short at the 30, picked up by one of the up guys. He's going to go to the 35, 40 up the middle, and he just dropped about the 47, 48-yard line. That was number 85. That's Dylan Perdot with the return. Jerry?
Yeah, about a 17-yard return.
Pretty good for
Diedrich,
him. Yeah, this is his second touch of that ball on the kickoff. So it'll be 1st and 10 for North Mason with 6:40 to go in the first half on their own 44-yard line. McIntyre comes out of the sidelines with the play for his team. See what he can generate here in the last half of this second quarter. McCormick will come wide to this near side. Can't see who the back is, or the receiver on the far side. Out of the gun will go McIntyre. Atencio the back. No, it's Boleen. Boleen gets a toss on the sweep to the left, and he bangs bodies outside the 45 to the 47.
What's his number?
22. So it'll be second down, and it looks like 7. 3 yards on that pickup, is that right? 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. 3 yards.
3 yards. Ball spotted at the 47. Clock is running with 6:05 to go. First half. Bulldogs break the hup. McFarland comes wide to the near side. McCormick wide to the far side. Out of the gun will go McIntyre. Boleen, the back beside him, step behind. Back to pass goes McIntyre. Sets his feet. He's going to be forced out of the pocket. Flag on the play. He'll tuck it under and run to midfield and run out of bounds by Brad Evelyn.
Well, we have a flag.
Yep, we have a flag in the backfield. Probably a hold in that spot. But a good effort by McIntyre to try to make something happen here.
Yeah,
as the play broke down. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yeah, and the quarterback, Micah McIntyre, is doing a pretty good job. He's 3 for 7, and his leading receiver is Hayden McFarland, who has 2 completions to him for 60 yards.
So the penalty was a hold. That'll back the Bulldogs up 10 yards from the spot, and I believe they'll still be second down.
The penalties have really hurt them. Stopped each of their drives.
I'm wondering, and this is just me wondering, I don't know anything. The Coach Thomas decided not to scrimmage, not to attend a jamboree, and this might be one of the reasons you want to do those things, to get rid of these false starts, these penalties. Might be. But he had his reasons, and I understand why those reasons are.
Well, last year they had several players, key players, hurt.
Right, in the jamboree that we watched at North Kitsap last year.
Oh, that was so sad.
Yeah, it was, and that was one was definitely a season ender. But we have a timeout here with 5:42 to go in the first half. Again, Shelton with a 21-6 lead on North Mason in the Mason County Cup in the battle for the Axe. Highclimbers want to keep the Axe in Shelton. North Mason would love to take that thing and keep it here in Belfair.
Who's timeout?
It would have to be North Mason. Highclimbers are out of timeouts.
2 timeouts apiece.
Yeah. No, it's 3. Highclimbers had to burn one.
So they did?
Yeah, they had to burn one before that touchdown run.
So they've had their 3.
Yeah,
okay.
They've had their 3. I don't think either team has a timeout left in the half.
Well, I could be wrong. I thought North Mason only had 2, but we'll see.
Well, we'll see. So it'll be second down, and let's see here. About 18, it looks like. Ball spotted at the 37. Out of the gun will go McIntyre with the receiver on each side. Back to pass he goes. No real dropout. Throw it off to Simon. Simons did not expect that ball to come so quickly. Turned around. It was right there on his hand. He couldn't gather it in. Drops ball went off his hand incomplete. It's a third down.
It was a nice pass.
Yeah, but it was a little bit rushed because the pressure from the Highclimbers was coming. But McIntyre had maybe a step drop before he unleashed that ball. And Simons turned around, and it was right there in front of his face. Clock is stopped at 5:31 to go.
Well, we got a passing situation, of course, on this third and long. And I see Manning is in there right now on defense, and I'm kind of thinking he's probably a pretty good one in blocking a pass.
Yeah, you're probably right. He's 6'6", folks. Bishop Manning is 6'6".
Yes.
He's a big target as a receiver and a bother for any quarterback on the rush. So 5:36 to go here in the first half. 21-6 is their score. Shelton with the lead. North Mason with the ball. They have a third down, and it looks like 18. Out of the gun will go McIntyre. Short drop. Pumps one to the outside. He's got to tuck it under and run. Steps and takes a hit. Launches it down the field, and it goes incomplete. Fuller had a hand on it, but I think you're going to get a penalty on North Mason as well, wait a minute.
I think it was pass interference. Defense.
You think?
Defense,
You think
yeah.
it was on defense?
I think so.
We'll see what that's about. McFarland was the, Hayden McFarland was the intended target on that. Fuller had better look at the ball, and they are going to call the penalty on the Highclimbers.
Yeah, there was definitely
there was some contact there. I don't know. Fuller's thinking, why on me? McFarland saying the same thing, and he got it his way. So that'll give the Bulldogs a third and short. Is that right?
So was that a 15-yarder?
That's a 15-yarder, so it's 3rd and 3 from the 48. This time it's across the Highclimbers side of the 50. So the Bulldogs are now in Shelton territory with 5:27 to go on the clock in the first half.
An important play right here. Running situation probably, I would say it's probably going to go to Caden Atencio. Let's see what happens.
Well, you've got Reed Shoemaker in there. He's running the quarterback, Jerry. He's the guy who as quarterback. And it looks like it's Boleen back behind him. He'll take the handoff to Boleen. Boleen fires. Oh, boy, what a push on that play. And they go all the way inside the 45 to right short of the 40. Mark it down at the 41. Needed 3. Got about, 7 to the 41. And that's with a new quarterback and the second string. I can't call him second string, but the second running back in the depth charts with Avery Boleen.
Yeah, Boleen's had 2 carries for 10 yards.
So Reed Shoemaker, the quarterback, out of the gun now for the Bulldogs. Boleen, the back beside him. Tupelo, the up back, receiver on each side. Turn around, hand it off to Boleen, straight up the middle, keeping protection on that ball. He's fighting for the 35. Knock him down to the 36, Jerry. Gets 5 yards out of that run, too. 2nd and 5 coming for the Bulldogs with 4:35 to go here in the first half.
Both teams have 6 first downs.
Spot the ball at the 36 and a half, but we'll call it 36. 2nd and 5 coming for North Mason. Clock is running, 4:20 to go. First half. 21-6 is the score. Shelton with the lead. North Mason with the ball. Shoemaker, the quarterback. Avery Boleen, the running back. Receiver on each side. McFarland near side, McCormick far side. Another handoff to Boleen. Slips one tackle in the backfield. Dives for the 30 around the right side. And that should be close to a first down. It is a first down, 1st and 10 from the 31 for North Mason. Clock continues to run.
I would
under
give
4
7
minutes.
yards on that, Diedrich.
Okay. You're the stat guy. I'll let you have that.
Thanks.
You've got the pencil and the paper.
Okay.
I'm not arguing.
Okay.
We'll argue X's and O's, not 1s and 2s or 7s and 5s. Either way, out of the gun we'll go with Shoemaker at quarterback. Boleen the back beside him. He'll hand off to Boleen again. This time, it's Atencio on the carry. He bounces it outside. Spun down short of the 20 at the 22. That'll be just short of a first down. Bring up 2nd down and short for North Mason.
Give Caden Atencio 8 yards on that play.
Guess he just needed a little bit of a break there. You bring in Boleen, and Didn't think that was Bellini. Bellini's a little bit shorter than Atencio in the backfield. But new life at quarterback as Reed Shoemaker is in at the QB position for North Mason. Out of the gun again, same formation. A receiver on each side. Looks like Bellini might be back in there. There's a snap. Nope, it's Atencio. Handoff to him, straight up the middle. Stood up at the 19-yard line. That's a first down for North Mason, 1st and 10.
Gain of 3 on the play. Is that Bellini?
No, it was Atencio.
Okay, thank you.
He had a lower crouch, and it looked like he was shorter. But Atencio is still in the backfield for North Mason. 2:40 to go in the first half. 21-6, Shelton with the lead. North Mason with the ball. We're in the second quarter. Clock is running. Bulldogs are in the red zone at the Highclimber 18-yard line.
Good sustained drive so far by the Bulldogs.
Atencio's going to go 2 wide to the near side, 1 to the far side. I'm sorry, Shoemaker will go 2 wide. There's a quick handoff again to Atencio. Atencio cuts it up the middle. Bang bodies trying to find the 10-yard line. He got to the 10, Jerry. He fought for every inch of that run, Jerry. Well, Highclimbers collapsed, but we have a flag back at the 20-yard line. Doesn't really matter as long as it's coming back, Jerry.
It's going to be nullified.
See if we can get the call here. It is a hold on North Mason. So it'll be 10 yards.
From the spot of the foul.
Usually, but we'll see. This refereeing crew is just marking him back 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. It has been. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, let's see, it's from the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 1st and 20.
Okay.
From the 28, it looks like.
Too bad, because that was a nice carry.
Right.
Like you said, he worked hard.
He worked hard for every inch of that run.
Kept those legs moving.
So spot the ball at the 28-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20 from there. So it looks like it's longer than that. Shoemaker again out of the gun. This time it looks like Bellini is back in the backfield with him. This time he's back to pass. Shoemaker sets his feet, throws in the middle. It is complete and dropped immediately. And I'm trying to see who that receiver is. I think it's 82. It certainly is 82, and that's Javon Kelly.
Mm-hmm. And that's the first completed pass by Shoemaker.
Puts the ball down at the 16-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Bulldogs need to get to the 8-yard line for a first down. Clock is running with 1:25 to go in the first half. Trailing 21-6. Shoemaker out of the gun again. Bellini the back beside him. A receiver on each side. Hand off to Bellini. He'll bounce it around the outside. Spun at the 10 out of bounds. I don't know. He might have got the first down very close to where he was spun out. No, he's going to be short by 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming, but the clock is stopped at 1:12 to go in the half.
They're working that clock really well.
So second. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Okay.
So that's a gain of 6.
All right.
Ball spotted right at the 10-yard line, hash mark far side. Bulldogs taking their time out of the huddle. Clock is stopped with 1:12 to go in the half. McCormick goes wide to the far side. McFarland wide to the near side. Bellini the back, a step behind Shoemaker. Hand off to Bellini. He'll cut it up the middle, get to the 5. Spins down. He's down inside the 3-yard line. 1st and goal for North Mason there. Clock will stop as they move the chains. But then they'll set and go. But do we have another penalty? Nope, they'll wind the clock.
Gain of 6 on the play. Let's see.
1st and goal from the 3-yard line, Jerry.
Bellini?
Yep.
Nice run.
Actually mark it to 2-yard line.
Yeah.
1st and goal from the 2 for North Mason. Clock is under 45 seconds now. Snap, handoff. Here is Atencio. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That was Atencio stretching out to get that touchdown. There's a flag after the play. Jerry just flew in there at the end. I think we'll have unsportsmanlike on somebody. But that touchdown should count as the Bulldogs get back on the board. And you expect them to go for 2 here. Let's see what the penalty is. It came after the play was done, Jerry.
Yeah.
Might have been excessive celebration on the Bulldogs' part. Might have been somebody said something bad on the Highclimbers side. Either way, the refereeing crew is talking it over. Emotions do run a little bit high in football, don't they, Jerry? Let's see if we can get the call.
Well, especially in this game.
Yeah, especially in this game. So it is 21-12 now. 39 seconds to go in the second quarter. And I imagine that the Bulldogs are going to go for 2 here. But we're still waiting for the flag, the explanation on the flag. Touchdown is good. It's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike on the Bulldogs. And that will be taken on the kickoff. Well, yeah, they should be taking that on the kickoff, Jerry.
So they'd be kicking it instead of from the 40, the 35?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we'll get to that. We're going to have a point after attempt here, a 2-point conversion attempt for North Mason as they just punched it in with Caden Atencio stretching out his body to break the plane for the TD. So here are the Bulldogs. McIntyre back in there at QB. He'll go under center. Atencio and Topolo, the backs behind him in the backfield also. It's 49, and that'll be Esteban. Handoff goes to Topolo, and he's just swallowed up by Hunter Leth. Jerry, what a big push by the Highclimbers there. No forward momentum at all on that offensive line for North Mason, and the 2-point conversion fails.
Yeah, Hunter Leth is resuming what he did last year. He broke a school record, didn't he, in tackles last year?
Yeah, well over 100 tackles by himself.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite a record-setting effort. But a couple of records did fall last year, didn't they, Jerry?
Yeah, they did.
So, well, it is now it's still 21-12 with Shelton on top, and North Mason will kick it back to the Highclimbers. 39 seconds remain in the first half. Guess we're going to keep it right here. If you're just joining us, this is the Mason County Cup on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Radio. That's KMAS Shelton. 1030 on your AM dial, 103.3 on your FM dial for the voice of Mason County. We're happy to be on the radio as well as online.
Really nice drive. Unfortunately, I did not keep track of the plays, but, you know, they really did a good job on that drive.
They did work it out. So the penalty will be assessed, and the Bulldogs will be kicking off from their own 25.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. 15 from the 40. It puts it back at the 25. And they'll tee it up.
Boy,
looks like Xavier Powell did the kicking.
It's amazing. Only 39 seconds left in this half. They really used the time possession.
Here's the run-up on the kick. It's going to be a line drive that'll be picked up at the 37 by Zepeda Soto. He's got some guys trying to spin her out of some tackles, gets across the the 45. That's where he'll be down there, and the Highclimbers go to work with 33 seconds in the first half and leading 21-12.
25-yard kickoff and about a 5-yard return by Zepeda Soto.
Make it 8, Jerry.
Okay, I will.
So the Highclimbers will come off the sidelines. Conklin will go out of the gun, it looks like. Looks like they're going to go empty backfield this time. 3 receivers on the far side. It is Manning, Zepeda Soto, and Brotherton. 2 on the near side. Cordova, and I can't see who the other guy is. Oh, that's Fuller. Back to pass goes Conklin. He'll throw one into the middle of the field, incomplete as the pressure had come down on top of him. And I'm thinking he might have been over that line of scrimmage. Or they're going to call intentional grounding on that, I believe. Because there was nobody in the vicinity where...
Well, I think he went over the line of scrimmage.
Oh, it was an illegal forward pass. Yep, it's an illegal forward pass. That one we can see clearly because the signal is behind the back. So an illegal forward pass. because he was across the line of scrimmage. There was also no receiver in the area, so they could have got him for that as well. So, but the more apparent penalty is the 5-yarder. So the Highclimbers will start on their own 40 now with a 1st and 15 and 19 seconds to go in the half. They're leading 21-12. Again, 3-by-2, as they say. 3 to the far, 2 to the near. Empty backfield for Conklin. Back to pass, he goes out of the gun. He'll throw it, lob it up there for one of his guys. Turn around and grab it. It is Cordova. And it's caught inside the, actually at the 35, Jerry. That's a beautiful pass. Conklin sent his 2 big receivers up the seam there. And Cordova was the guy turn around and grab it out of the air for the completion and the first down.
Where was the ball started?
We're at the 40, Jerry.
Okay, and got it.
Same formation, 3-by-2. And we have whistles. And I think the Bulldogs have now burned their last time out on this one.
Yeah, I knew they had one time out.
Yeah, they had one left. Jerry was right. So we have 11 seconds remaining in the half, 21-12. Let's step aside. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Getting unneeded medications out of the home can help prevent misuse, abuse, and accidental poisoning. The Drug Take Back program provides consumers with a safe means for disposing of unused, unneeded, and expired prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. Mason County has 10 prescription drug take-back boxes at various pharmacies and tribal locations. For more information, go to medtakebackwashington.org.
First and 10 for the Highclimbers. 11 seconds remaining in the first half. They're on the 35-yard line of North Mason. 11 seconds to go. Conklin will hand it off to Fuller. Fuller's going to take a pass downfield. Cordova's there, but he threw an interception. McIntyre stepped in front of it, and he's going to run out of bounds at the 25. That was a well-designed play, but it did not fool Micah McIntyre, who stepped in front of that pass and took it away. And the Bulldogs will have 3 seconds. And the ball is on, well, the 25-yard line. They're on 25. I'd expect to kneel down here to end the quarter, or end the half, Jerry. But a good, interesting exchange, or chain of events here, as now both teams have turnovers. Highclimbers took advantage of a fumble in the first quarter.
Well, that halfback pass is a good idea.
Right, and it was there, but McIntyre, with his speed from his safety position in the center of the field, spotted it and ran it down and took it away from Cordova. And that'll be a 1st and 10, and they'll spot it at the 46 with 3 seconds remaining in the half. Let's see if the Bulldogs are going to try a long pass here or just take a knee. Under center will go Shoemaker, it looks like, back in the ball game, and he does take that knee. And that will do it for the first half, and a lot of action here in the first half of the Mason County Cup. Highclimbers head to the locker room with a 21-12 lead at the break. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back. Jerry Apple will have some stats, and we will have more from Phil Pugh Stadium in Belfair on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
This broadcast is copyright protected by Digiproof on behalf of Diedrich Allen and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of its contents, pictures, descriptions, and accounts without the consent of Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, MasonWebTV.com, and Hood Canal Communications is prohibited.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
you can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
The first rule of storage is keep out of reach of children. Ease of access is the #1 reason youth misuse recreational or prescription drugs. Store your medication, vape, edibles, or cannabis products in their original child-proof bottles with original labels if possible. Keep them locked up. Store your medicine, tobacco, or cannabis products in a locked cabinet, locked drawer, or in a bag like this with a lock. For more information, visit locksavelives.org or call Mason County Public Health at 360-427-9670, extension 400.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back, wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Well, it's halftime here in the Mason County Cup for 2023, 21-12. Shelton with that lead at the halftime break. I want to see if I can get some of my fancy stuff to work here today. Let's see here. Let's turn that on. And it's halftime, so I need to bring that up. Jerry, you need some more time, or?
2 minutes.
About 2 minutes? Okay.
1 minute.
I'll give him 2 minutes. Just trying to get my halftime thing here. And yeah, so it's 21-12, Shelton on top here at the halftime break. And we'll just take a wide shot here. Nice crowd on both sides of the field here at Phil Pugh Stadium as the North Mason marching band takes the field for a little bit of a halftime performance. Yeah, I'm waiting for Jerry to do his calculations. Just to see him over here with his shoes off and his toes out and trying to make sure he gets everything right. Oh, he's ready for some halftime statistics. Jerry, what do you got for us?
Well, let's start with North Mason. North Mason had 8 first downs. Quarterback Micah McIntyre was 3 for 9, and Shoemaker was 1 for 1. Number 16, Hayden McFarland, had 3 catches for 68 yards, and number 3, who's that? Let's see.
Trevon Simons.
He had 1 catch for 40 yards. So North Mason had 4 catches for 108 yards, and they were 4 for 10 in their passing game. They had 15 carries for 57 yards. The leading ball carrier was Blaine. 6 carries for 32 yards, and Caden Atencio had 9 carries for 25 yards. So if you add the 57 and the 108, you have a total of 165 yards for North Mason. North Mason had 9 penalties for 75 yards. That really hurt them. On a couple of their possessions. For Shelton, Gabe Conklin was 6 for 8 in the passing game. Fuller was 0 for 1. So they were 6 for 9 in the passing game. Bennett Henry had 2 catches for 16 yards. Jaden Fuller had 1 catch for 6 yards. Wheatley Cordova had 2 catches for 57 yards, 1 for 32, 1 for 25, and Bishop Manning caught 1 for 22 yards. They caught 6 passes total from Gabe Conklin, and they had a total of 101 yards in the passing game. In the leading rushers, I have Gabe Conklin, 3 carries for 26 yards. I had Jaden Fuller, 6 carries for 21 yards. Brad Evelyn, had 3 carries for 2 yards. He had an 8-yard loss there that one time. And Cameron Heising had 2 carries for 13 yards. There was a bad snap there at the beginning of the game that I had to mark 18 yards off on that bad snap. So if you subtract that 18 from the 62, you got 44 plus 101. You got 145 yards total. Boy, the yardage game, total yards for both teams is very, very close. You're looking at 165 yards for North Mason, and you're looking at 145 for Shelton. Shelton had 7 first downs, and North Mason had 8. The statistics are so close. It comes down to the penalties.
Which, do you have that totals for penalties? Because the Bulldogs have just been shooting themselves in the legs on that.
I do.
Penalties.
9 penalties for 75 yards. And for Shelton, they had 5 penalties for 40 yards.
Okay, so the 75 yards is not as bad as I thought it was for North Mason, because it seemed like there was a flag on every play there in one of their previous drives.
Yeah, I could have missed one on that.
But no, you're fine, Jerry. I was thinking it was a lot more, but I guess Shelton with their 45 and fewer penalties, but they were bigger yard penalties, and especially throwing that.
Yeah, that one unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, but that was on North Mason.
That's right.
And so maybe
you
need
I've got that marked.
You got that one marked. Okay. You've got that one marked.
I got it marked.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, Jerry's doing the work of 3 men, as he usually does.
Well, I enjoy it. It keeps me involved in the game.
Okay, well, a halftime score, Shelton 21, North Mason 12.
Would you like me to give a wrap down on the scoring?
Well, let's take a break, and we'll do that when we come back. How's that sound?
Sounds good.
Halftime score, Shelton 21, North Mason 12. We'll be back in a minute or so.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
Getting unneeded medications out of the home can help prevent misuse, abuse, and accidental poisoning. The Drug Take Back program provides consumers with a safe means for disposing of unused, unneeded, and expired prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. Mason County has 10 prescription drug take-back boxes at various pharmacies and tribal locations. For more information, go to medtakebackwashington.org.
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
And it's halftime here in Belfair in the Mason County Cup in the battle for the Axe. The Shelton Highclimbers lead the North Mason Bulldogs 21-12. Midway through this battle, and Jerry, you want to run down the scoring for us?
I do. Gabe Conklin scored the first touchdown at 1 yarder, and the point after attempt was good, and that made it 7-0. And then North Mason came back, and a pass was completed, a 30-yard pass play was completed to Hayden McFarland, and that made the point after attempt was no good. That made it 7-6. Then Cameron Heising scored a 8-yard touchdown run, and the kick point after attempt was good, and then Gabe Conklin ran a 10-yard touchdown run, and Weir was good again on the point after attempt. He was 3 for 3. That made it 21-6. And then North Mason came back, and Atencio made a 2-yard touchdown run, but the point after attempt, a two-pointer, was no good. That made the score at halftime 21-12.
And I want to comment on that touchdown by Caden Atencio. He extended his body. He stretched himself out with guys all over him to break the plane to get that touchdown.
Great effort.
Great effort. And that drive, they changed quarterbacks to Reed Shoemaker, and that seemed to be it kind of sparked things for North Mason at that moment. Just bring in some of the younger guys and see what they can do.
Yeah. And like I said, the penalties have hurt North Mason on 2 drives. But they did make a nice sustained drive that last one.
I want to point something out. Shoemaker is a freshman. I didn't look at that, but he's a freshman. He did quite good in his time on the field.
I'm very impressed.
Yeah, to get things back in order for North Mason. Let's see what they can do in the second half. However, Shelton will be receiving the kick, if I remember right, and go way back. They received the third quarter kickoff.
Because they deferred.
They won the toss and deferred. And we'll have the second half in just a moment. It is Shelton 21, North Mason 12. At the half, third quarter, coming up on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources, and connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
Getting unneeded medications out of the home can help prevent misuse, abuse, and accidental poisoning. The Drug Take Back program provides consumers with a safe means for disposing of unused, unneeded, and expired prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. Mason County has 10 prescription drug take-back boxes at various pharmacies and tribal locations. For more information, go to medtakebackwashington.org.
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
And we're waiting for the start of the third quarter. Both teams are out of the locker room. They probably will put 3 minutes. Yep, they put 3 minutes back up on the clock to make sure everybody gets the proper warm-up. They do this every season. It's just an extra, make sure every kid is limber after sitting in the locker room for 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Jerry, had anything to add? You look like you had something.
I do. I want to give Omar Zepeda kudos. he had a nice kickoff return for 36 yards. As far as turnovers, it was 1 fumble for North Mason and 1 interception for the Highclimbers. So each team had 1 turnover.
Right. The fumble by North Mason led to a touchdown. The interception likely stopped the Highclimbers from getting a touchdown at the end of the half.
Yep.
For the Bulldogs, and that was a great play, great design, a halfback pass as you described it, and Cordova was open, but Mike McIntyre, playing his free safety in the middle of the field, saw it coming, ran over there and took it away. That was a great play. There's been some really fun plays on this game, Jerry, as we're just a couple minutes away from the second half. 21-12. Yeah. Shelton with the lead. They'll be getting the kickoff to start the quarter.
Well, here's another thing. At the start of the game, Shelton had 2 players going both ways, and for North Mason, they had 3 players going both ways. McIntyre is an example of going both ways. I mean, he's done a great job of receiving 3 passes and also getting that interception.
Yeah, we'll see who comes out of the locker room.
Fired up?
Well, it looks like they're both fired up, but who comes out as quarterback for North Mason, whether McIntyre will come out or will they stay with the freshman.
Is McIntyre junior, senior?
Oh, let's take a look here. He is a senior. Yes. No, wait, look at the right thing. Yeah, he's a senior.
I would think they would go with their starting quarterback, but we'll see. You're right.
Well, we'll see. I'm trying to schedule a weekly interview with Rob Thomas from North Mason to get a sense of his team this season, stay with the Bulldogs. I mean, I talk to Coach Smith of the Highclimbers every Thursday morning. I try to do something similar with Coach Thomas from North Mason. We'll see what he says, and I'll have to make a mental note to myself, talk about the quarterback change.
Well, both coaches were very enthusiastic in their interviews.
Yes, they were.
They were, weren't they?
Well, we know Mark is always Mark. And Rob, I haven't really sat down and talked to him, but he was extremely animated when on the sidelines.
And optimistic.
Very optimistic. We were over on the stands in there that was Wednesday afternoon. Threat of rain, but it didn't really happen. Just before his kids were lifting, and he came out and he talked to me. And I appreciate the coaches taking their time to talk to the media, because honestly, they don't get paid enough to talk to media on top of everything else that they do, to be honest. I am impressed with all the coaching staffs that I have dealt with in my career.
Well, I'm going to say one thing, too. I'm going to plug it. The reason why I enjoy working with you is you're thorough. And you do a great job on your write-up, your interviews. And, boy, I tell you, people, that Mason Web TV website, check it out. There's so many good things on there, whether it's what's going on at the county, city level, school board level, fire departments, fire districts.
Fire departments. Let's not get into fire districts right now, Jerry. I don't really want to think about fire districts for another couple of weeks.
That's right.
To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's been a tough summer.
Let's talk football as we're ready to get this third quarter underway. In the Mason County Cup, Shelton will receive the kickoff there, leading at 21-12. Looks like Fuller and Zepeda Soto will go back and receive this kickoff. The Bulldogs will be kicking from their 40-yard line, and the kick will go from right to left on your radio dial.
Are they trying to kick it away from Fuller?
Well, it seems like Zepeda Soto is the guy who's been returning everything.
Who's been deep.
Yeah. So maybe so. I don't know. So Xavier Powell has it teed up at the 40 for the Bulldogs. And we'll get this third quarter underway. I want to thank everybody for tuning us in on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS, AM 1030 and 103.3 FM. There's the kick long, high over end. It's taken at the 20 by Fuller this time. Fuller will bounce it up to the 30, to the 40 now. He's got blockers in front of him. Tried to cut it to the middle at midfield. Comes up short, and he's down there by a pack of dogs at the 49.
29-yard return.
And Shelton will start out there at their own 49, first and 10.
Yeah, he's had two nice returns, one for 22 and one for 29. Same with Zepeda.
Okay, so there we go. Just seems like Zepeda has been all over the place with the ball, offense and defense. Okay, so the Highclimbers have 1st and 10 on their own 49-yard line. Conklin comes out in the pistol. 2 receivers on the near side, nobody on the far side. It's Manning, and here goes Cordova in motion. Snap on target, hand turning it off to Fuller. Fuller trying to get around the outside on the left side. Cuts it up the middle, and he'll tripped up, but it stays on his feet. 40, 35, 30 out of bounds. Nice run by Jaden Fuller. He was initially stopped and tripped up, but he kept his feet, planted his hand in the ground, kept his balance, and managed to get the first down run. And it's 1st and 10 inside the 30. They'll mark him out at the 28.
23-yard carry.
That was all Fuller's speed there. I think he outran everybody.
Yeah, he did a nice job in track this year.
Evelyn in the backfield with Conklin. He'll go out of the pistol again. 2 receivers on the far side. Cordova in the slot, Manning on the wideout. It's the short side of the field, hash mark far side. Highclimbers going left to right on your radio dial. Conklin waiting for that snap. Here is Cordova in motion. Turn around, hand off. This is Evelyn. Evelyn bounces around the right side this time. Tackled and dropped by McIntyre. Late flag at the end of that play. Short gain. Let's see if it'll hold. Looks like the same play as Fuller's run, just the opposite side.
I would say that's against North Mason.
We'll see what the penalty is. As the teams are just kind of huddling around. The Highclimbers are, yep, it's on Highclimbers, Shelton. It's a Jerry Shelton penalty. Yeah, I didn't see the call. We're marching backwards here for Shelton. That's going to be a hold. This is going to be this big of a penalty. Back to the 38. So it'll be 1st down and 20. Ball spotted at the 38-yard line. 11:34 to go here, 3rd quarter. First possession of the 2nd half for the Highclimbers. Shotgun formation for Conklin, 2 receivers on the near side. Nope, he's going to go into the pistol. No, it's going to be short shotgun. Sorry. Man in motion. This is Heising. Heising will take the little handoff. Stutter steps, changes it upfield, finds a couple of yards around that left side up the numbers. Get to about the 37. Give them, oh boy, not very much on that play, Jerry, on the far side. Another change of lineup here.
Gain of about 1, I would say. On
yeah,
that.
It looks that way.
It's pretty short.
Ball's at 37 now. A lot of running for a short gain. Pistol formation for Conklin. Fuller back in the backfield this time. Actually, it's going to be Gunn. 3 receivers, trips on the near side. 1 receiver far side. That's Manning. And the Bulldogs jump.
Neutral zone?
It looks like it might be. Yep, it's going to go on North Mason. Another quick 5 yards. This triple receiver set here on the near side. You've got Henry, Cordova, and Zepeda all in a little pyramid there on the hash marks on the near side. It's going to be offsides call on the Bulldogs. That gives the Highclimbers a 5-yard penalty. And they'll mark it off. And that'll put the ball up at the 33. So it should be 2nd and 15 now. Highclimbers need to get to the 18-yard line for the 1st down.
So we've had a couple penalties in a row here.
This will be the pistol formation. 2 receivers far side for Conklin. Cordova, the near receiver. Fuller, the back behind Conklin. Slot receiver appears to be Rutherton, or maybe it's Heising. Nope, turnaround, faked pass, or faked handoff. Conklin sets his feet, throws long for the end zone, and it falls incomplete. And there's a flag in the backfield and a flag at the line of scrimmage, Jerry. There's going to be a holding penalty here, I would think.
I would think so, yeah.
And that negates anything that would have happened. That was a nice sportsmanlike effort there. McIntyre went over there and gave Conklin a little 5, a little slap of the hand. So we have a penalty on the Highclimbers. It's going to march it back. How many, though? Yeah, I'll mark it back to the 42-yard line, so it looks like a 10-yard penalty. So that'll bring up second down and, was it 25? Shotgun formation now. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Zepeda Soto in the slot, Manning on the wide out on the near side. Back to pass goes Conklin. Sets his feet, takes a little short pass in the middle to Zepeda Soto. Right on the money. He'll run it inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. That'll bring up a third down and long. Now it's going to be 3rd and 10 from the 28. So it was a 15-yard pickup, Jerry, is that right?
That's what I have.
Okay. Glad I'm doing the math in my head. Empty backfield for Conklin. He's got Manning alone on the near side. 4 receivers on the far side. Little swing pass to Fuller. Fuller's got a screen developed. He's got the blockers. Going to turn around the corner at the 20 and be dropped there. Didn't really have the patience for the blockers to get their mans, a hat on a hat. But he didn't manage to get very close to the first down, but it might have been short, Jerry.
Yeah, he picked up 9 on the play.
Yeah, he got to the 19. It looks like he needs the 18, so it's 4th and 1 for the Highclimbers. 9:12 to go, third quarter, 21-12 is their score. Shelton with the lead in the ball. They're in Bulldog territory. Clock is running as we're now approaching 9 minutes. Here's the hammer package. Conklin between the backs. He'll keep it, and there's a flag on the play. He'll get around the outside and get diving to the 10-yard line, but there's a flag before that play even started. I think we're getting a false start or illegal procedure on that call, Jerry. It came out just when the snap came.
That's too bad because it would have been a first down.
Yeah.
And that's utilizing his speed.
Yep.
One good thing about Gabe Conklin, he's fast. Quick.
So they mark off the 5-yard penalty for the false start. Put the ball back at the 24-yard line. It is 4th down and now 6 as the hammer goes out and the regular offense comes back in. Cordova wide to the far side, Manning wide to the near side, Zepeda Soto in the slot on the near side, Fuller the back behind Conklin. Actually, they're going the gun now. He's standing beside him to his right, about a half a step.
Need about 6 yards?
They need 6 yards for the first down. Bulldogs showing blitz and back off. Here's the snap. Back to pass goes Conklin. Conklin flushed out of the pocket, sets his feet, throws on back foot. Got a guy open in there. Touchdown, Zepeda Soto. Wide open, just kind of backpedaled and softly grabbed it out of the air. And that's a touchdown on the 4th down.
Yeah, that's about a 23-yard pass play.
The Highclimbers extend their lead 27-12. 8:27 to go, third quarter. Just when you think the Highclimbers have been backed up, they do something like that. And Omar Zepeda Soto finds the hole in the zone of the defense. And the Highclimbers extend. Here's the point after attempt. I believe that's Weir. Brotherton is the holder. Here's the snap. The spot's is down and up and good. And actually, no, that was number 16. That's Taylor Dickey doing the kicking, Jerry.
Okay.
Highclimbers now lead 28-12, 8:27 to go, third quarter. We'll be right back.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Well, Jerry, what do you got to say?
Well, firstly, Omar Zepeda caught 2 passes on that drive, one for 15, one for 23. So that, and I believe Jaden Fuller's had 2 nice carries, one for 23 and one for 9. And also, Jaden Fuller had a nice return of 27 yards.
Try to see who's kicking off. I'm thinking this is still Taylor Dickey. Nope, this is A.J. Weir to kick it off for the Highclimbers this time. Back deep. Looks like you got Boleen and Remington McFarland. New guys, and they're a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be short, taken at the 25. This is Perdue again. He stutter steps, makes it to the 35, and falls ahead to the 37, and that's where the Bulldogs will start. 1st and 10 on their own 37.
12-yard return, 35-yard kickoff.
Here comes the freshman back out at quarterback.
Okay.
Reed Shoemaker, number 10. Going to step into the offense here. Here comes Leland Lopes. We haven't had his name much here since the first quarter.
And he's gone both ways, and he's a transfer, right?
Transfer from Gig Harbor last year. I guess he wasn't eligible to play last year, but he played football last year. He played baseball. We saw him in baseball.
Yes.
He was quite a character. He's quite a character. So the Bulldogs have the ball on their own 37-yard line.
I think he played third base, didn't he?
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, he did. He played third base.
Shoemaker will go out of the gun. It's like it's Baleen. Yep, he'll take the handoff in the backfield to squirt up the middle to the right of his tackle and get up to the 41. Oh, 5-yard squirt there, Jerry. Yeah,
and
give him 4.
Starting where he left off in the first half.
Call it the 42-yard line, 2nd down, and it looks like 6, actually.
Okay.
Same formation. Receiver on each side. Shoemaker out of the gun, but lean to his right. Turn around, hand it off to him. He'll just go straight up the middle. Avery Boleen just, basic running, straight up the middle, gets a couple of yards. Gets up to the 44.
2-yard gain?
Yeah. So 3rd and 4. Need to get to the 48 for the first down. Clock is running, 7:20 to go, 3rd quarter. 28-12 is our score. Shelton with the lead, North Mason with the ball. McCormick goes wide to the far side. McFarland comes wide to the near side. Shoemaker out of the gun again. It's like Atencio's the back. He'll get the handoff. Stutter steps. Tries to go find some room, and he's dropped for a loss. First guy in there for Shelton is going to be Jerome Nichols-Gooley, and it's 4th down for North Mason.
Boleen?
No, it's Atencio on the carry.
Here. His first carry this half.
So it's 4th and looks like 5. Ball at the 43, so Atencio lost a yard.
I think they're going to go for it.
Well, it looks that way. There's no punter in there. Shoemaker came from the sidelines with the play. He'll send McCormick wide to the far side and McFarland to the near side.
Got about 5 yards to go.
Yep, 5 yards out of the gun. Lopes in the backfield, and it's past. Shoemaker throws into traffic and is incomplete. Flag comes flying in at the end of that play, Jerry. So let's see what this penalty's about.
Where was it thrown? Let's see.
It was thrown from the backfield, Jerry.
Yeah, they're holding. I don't know.
Now it's on Shelton.
Ooh.
I didn't really see the call.
I did not either.
But I think it's going to give the Bulldogs a first down. Yes, it does. We'll see what the penalty is. It's a 15-yarder, so it must have been some sort of unnecessary roughness or something. That seems really a long 15 yards, Jerry.
Yeah, that.
Now it puts the ball into Shelton territory at the 42-yard line.
And Shelton's picked up some penalties this half.
In the short time we've been in this half.
Yeah.
6:13 to go, 3rd quarter. Clock is stopped at the start here on the snap. Shoemaker out of the gun. Atencio the back beside him. Takes the handoff to Atencio. He slips one tackle, slips another, and then he's swallowed up at the 42-yard pickup. I think Brotherton's the guy in there.
Hard-earned 2 yards, too.
Yep. So it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 40 now for the Bulldogs. Under 6 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. North Mason trying to put some points on the board to try to
Who's the quarterback in there now?
It's still, oh, no, here comes McIntyre. Number 9 back in the huddle.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be Shoemaker, but it's McIntyre.
Okay.
And it looks like it is Boleen in the backfield with McIntyre. Oh, a bad snap. And McIntyre picks it up, and he can't get much out of it. He's dragging guys. And they should give him forward progress to about the 48-yard line. Ball back to the 50, and McIntyre managed to get a lot of that back. Well, a couple yards back off the bad snap.
Yeah, a loss of about 8, 7. And I don't like to give that, I don't want to give that to the quarterback.
But this comes down as a team.
Huh?
Goes against the team.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing,
yeah. So it's actually going to be a 6-yard loss as the ball's at the 48. Clock is running with 4:40 to go in the third quarter. 28-12, again our score. Shelton with the lead, North Mason with the ball.
Still got to figure it in on the total yardage, but at least, yeah, that's the way to call it. Good.
Shoemaker's back in there at the quarterback. Boleen the back with him. Shoemaker back. Oh, another bad snap. That one slipped through Shoemaker's face. Oh, picking it up. Diving on that ball is going to be Shelton's Jerome Nichols-Gooley. And flags go flying into the end of that play.
Celebration?
Celebration likely, that thing, but the ball does go over to Shelton. They get the ball back out the bad snap. Back-to-back bad snaps on the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
That one went through Shoemaker's hands. Not really sure what happened there. But the Highclimbers get the ball, and there's going to be penalties, unsportsmanlike on Shelton.
Yeah. That's the second turnover for North Mason, both being fumbles. Like you said, 2 bad snaps.
Yeah. And where are they going to mark the ball, or are they going to be offsetting? They're not marking the ball backwards.
You say offsetting?
Offset must have been unsportsmanlike on both teams, Jerry. I don't know.
Okay.
Because they're not moving the ball back.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Let's see where they're going to start it. Or they're waiting for the ball to mark it back. Oh, boy. Yep, it is going to be 15 yards on Shelton. So the Highclimbers are going to start back in their own territory at the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. They're leading 28-12.
They have picked up 55 yards so far in this quarter in penalties.
Wow. So 1st and 10 for Shelton. 4:22 to go, third quarter. They're on their own 48-yard line. And the crowd's starting to get into it below us, Jerry.
Yeah.
And, you know, it gets a little frustrating when you're here to watch football and it's just a flag fest. But anyways, so Conklin will go out of the pistol. He's got 2 receivers on the near side and 1 on the far side. Fuller the back behind him, turn around and hand it off to him. He's trying to bounce it around side, slips by 1 tackle, gets the 50 inside to the 45, and then he's run out of bounds. About the 43-yard line. 44 is where they're going to mark him out.
Short 2 yards.
Oh no, it's more than that, Jerry.
Yes.
It's short of 2 yards by the first to the first down, so it's an 8-yard pickup.
Right.
They said short 2 yards.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
short of the first down by it's going to be 3 yards. Give him
8 yards.
Give him 7 yards.
Okay.
Ball's at the North Mason 44.
That's what I meant. I didn't sound like.
Didn't sound like
I didn't say it right.
That's what you meant. Didn't come out that way. Out of the gun will go Conklin. Back to pass. He's got Evelyn in the backfield and slips 1 tackle on the run, sets his feet at the 50. Going to tuck it under, avoid 1 guy, and he's going to get up to the 40 where he's slashed out of bounds by Atencio on the far sidelines at the 40, inside the 40. Flags go flying again on that sidelines, Jerry.
Oh, boy.
You know, we always have one game that just gets flags are going flying everywhere, and it's usually early in the season, and it's usually like week 2 or 3, not necessarily like week 1.
Well, we'll see who the penalty is on, and that would have been good for a first down.
I think it's still unsportsmanlike on Shelton.
Okay, but that's after the penalty?
After the penalties, after the play, I would imagine they give them the first down.
I would think so, yeah.
And then mark it off, but we'll see what they do here. Because Fuller got out of bounds, and they're marking him out at the 38.
So that would be good for
the first down.
That would have been a 4-yard carry.
And a timeout has been called by the Highclimbers. 3:52 to go, third quarter. Shelton 28, North Mason 12. We'll step aside. We'll try to sort all this out in a moment.
Okay.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Sorry about that, folks. I'm sorry, Jerry. What were you saying there?
Well, Fuller is on the sideline right there. They're trying to see what's the problem. It looks like it's cramps.
More than likely, you've also got, who's that down there being stretched out?
Yeah.
Number 65, that's J.J. Miller, also being stretched out here. And we're still trying to figure out what the penalty was or how they're assessing it. It doesn't look like they're giving them the first down. The ball is back at the Shelton 47, so that's 15 yards from the end of the play. I would think it's a first down because he made the first down, but it's hard to, it doesn't look like it is. I think it's going to go 3rd and 11.
What's interesting, Mark was telling the official, it's a first down, it's a first down.
He got the first down. The penalty happened after you mark him down there and make it a 1st and 25, I would think.
Looks like they're not. Yeah, you're
they're
right.
going to go. Well, it is a first down, Jerry. It's 1st and 11 from the 47. That's it, unless that's wrong. I'm looking right at the down marker.
Okay.
Nope,
so you were right.
Nope, it's 1st and 10. Okay, so it's 1st and 10 from the 47. So they did give them the first down, mark the penalty off for the unsportsmanlike, and that's where the Highclimbers are going to start with the first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 47. Conklin out of the gun. 2 receivers on the near side. It's like 2 on the far side. Quick short drop. He's going to go long. Throwing it for Zepeda Soto. And he reaches over a guy and incomplete. And they're going to flag the Bulldogs for pass interference, I think. I don't know.
It could go either way on that.
Well, I don't know.
Because Zepeda came back.
Reached over the defender. Yeah. I'm thinking that's a no call, personally. I'm thinking that's a no call either way. But they're calling it on North Mason with pass interference.
Okay.
So that'll give the Highclimbers that 15 yards back and first down again. Oh, boy. I know everybody's in their first game of the season. Now what are we doing? Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute here.
Yeah, it was against Zepeda.
Nope, they're marking it off. It's just everybody's moving. They're marking it off, so this is going to be 15 yards, and it gives Shelton the first down on the North Mason 38. 1st and 10 after the penalty of pass interference.
Okay. So 15 against North Mason.
Yeah. That's the bottom line here. It's 15 yards against North Mason. So 1st and 10 for Shelton on the North Mason 38. Pistol formation. Man in motion is Cordova. Snap to Conklin. Hand off to Evelyn. Evelyn stutter steps and is driving his feet inside the 30 to the 27, it looks like. That should be very close, if not enough, for first down.
13 yards.
It is enough for a first down. It's 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter.
Nice carry by Brad Evelyn.
And we have a down Bulldog here on the far side, and that looks like it's Avery Boleen, excuse me. I'm thinking since this is the first game of the season, this is a lot of leg cramps.
I think you're
on
right.
Both sides of the field. Those hurt.
Well, we saw 2
two climbers, and Zepeda Soto still being stretched out here below us. And
you got to drink that water.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Matter of fact, I better start drinking water.
Yeah, Jerry, I've already gone through one bottle.
Okay.
Jerry hasn't gotten through his first bottle yet. So as they attend to Avery Moline on that 30-yard line, they can get him up. Yeah, this is definitely a leg cramp.
Yeah.
We'll see him back, I'm pretty sure. He's walking off. Nice hand from the crowd over here.
And he's done a good job as a running back.
He has. And he's playing one of those two-way players, obviously.
Yeah, and he's been splitting the work as a workhorse with Caden Tencio, the two of them.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Highclimbers on the North Mason 27-yard line. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Shelton 28, North Mason 12. Highclimbers with the lead in the ball. Gabe Conklin out of the pistol. Man in motion is Wheatley Cordova. Handoff. This goes straight into the hands of Brad Evelyn, and he'll fight his way for the 25.
Gain of about 2 yards on that play. Let's give him 2.
Yeah, in the end to the 25, so it's 2nd and 8 for the Highclimbers. Evelyn still in the backfield with Conklin. Manning the wide out on the near side on the numbers. Cordova in the seam, the slot. Henry in the tight end. Man in motion is Cordova again. Turn around, hand it off. Nope, it's going to be a play action, and Conklin steps back. Henry wide open to the 5, catches it, spins away from the defender. Touchdown, Highclimbers on that far sideline. And that's no flags. Jerry just wanted to double check, no flags.
25-yard pass play to Bennett Henry.
Did I call him Henry Bennett? Yeah, it's Bennett Henry. Jerry's right. I called him the wrong name. But it's a touchdown either way. 2:32 to go. Third quarter's now 34-12. Shelton on top. And Weir is on to kick the point after. Cody Brotherton, the holder.
This will be his 4th attempt.
Now, the last time the Bulldogs were able to penetrate and almost get to the kicker. There's the snap slow this time. They get in there again, and the kick gets up and in. Atencio almost had the block there, but it's now 35-12 with 2:32 to go. Third quarter, Shelton extends its lead. We'll be back. It's Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
The first rule of storage is keep out of reach of children. Ease of access is the #1 reason youth misuse recreational or prescription drugs. Store your medication, vape, edibles, or cannabis products in their original child-proof bottles with original labels if possible. Keep them locked up. Store your medicine, tobacco, or cannabis products in a locked cabinet, locked drawer, or in a bag like this with a lock. For more information, visit lockssavelives.org or call Mason County Public Health at 360-427-9670, extension 400.
All right, Jerry, 35-12 is now our score. Shelton extends its lead. 2:32 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, North Mason's going to have to score at least 3 touchdowns and make at least 2 two-point conversions, point after attempts.
Still got a lot of football to go. As it looks like, is it Weir or is it Dickey? These are the questions. But I think it's Dickey. It is Dickey this time. Taylor Dickey has it teed up to kick it away for the Highclimbers. Now a little short end-over-end kick that'll die there at the 35, and there's a fight for it. The ball's loose, and who comes up with it? That's the question. There's a big scrum and a fight for it. Looks like the Bulldogs maintain possession as jumping on the ball there in the end is Keegan Bunnell. That ball was free. It kind of made a weird hop at the 35, Jerry. Perdot was back there about 3 yards waiting for it to hop into his hands, and it just kind of went straight up when it hit the turf. Yeah. And that was a free ball. So the Bulldogs keep possession, and they'll start on their own 31.
What a 21-yard kickoff and no return?
No. Almost like rugby there for a moment.
Yeah.
All right, so the Bulldogs, I have the 1st and 10. McCormick will come wide to this near side.
Who's the quarterback?
It looks like it is, I'm thinking it's Shoemaker, but I can't tell from here. A little quick handoff and bouncing outside is Atencio. Atencio is run sideways and no gain, if anything. A loss on the play. Yeah, it is a Shoemaker. It's still a quarterback. And there is, I'm going to say no gain at all, Jerry.
Yeah, he ran right into the yard marker.
Yep, that's true. Well, give him 1, Jerry.
Okay.
2nd and 9 from
they
the 32.
Did too, so.
Well, I'm just looking at where that down marker is, Jerry. There's a yard there.
That's what I like about Diedrich. He's very positive.
Hey, give him positive yardage.
Okay.
Even if it is just 1. It's too bad we can't give inches. Out of the gun will go Shoemaker. Atencio the back beside him and a step ahead. Back to pass goes Shoemaker. Reed looks over the field, through in the middle. It's deflected and falls incomplete. Intended for Cole McCormick. It's 3rd and 9.
Let's see who the...
Oh, I'm sure it was...
74?
Yeah, likely he's the one trotting around with a little bit. That's Journey Bear.
Yeah.
Journey Bear. We haven't called his name tonight.
Good defense, Journey Bear.
Now the big men come in for the defensive line because Manning is back in there.
And he's an example of somebody that's playing both ways.
Yep. And it looks like Sancelli's in there as well. Anthony Sancelli.
Who started tonight, and
he's playing nose. Yeah, it looks like he's playing nose guard in this.
Yeah, and he also is a starting center.
Right.
Yeah.
Plays in the middle of the field.
Nose guard.
Nose guard or center, either way. So here's a shotgun formation for the Bulldogs. Shoemaker back to pass again. Manning on the run towards him. He avoids him. He's going to be swallowed up and run out of bounds. Ooh, late
That's
hit
close.
there. There goes the flags. I was a little bit too much off the past the white line.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the jamboree. Once they are out of bounds, you cannot tackle them. There's going to be
You have to do some sort of make an effort to slow up your motion, your progress there. Your momentum, that's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So it's going to be
15?
Yeah, likely.
Yeah, we saw that called a couple times in the jamboree.
When they weren't really paying much attention to that.
Pierce.
Yeah. So that'll be 15-yard penalty on Shelton. 2:02 to go third quarter. Although teams are ready to go, but the referees haven't placed the ball at all.
I mean, they called the penalty.
Right, and the referee here is going to mark it off.
Okay.
I'm not sure what he's waiting for.
Okay.
The teams are ready to go.
Yeah.
The Bulldogs came out of their huddle. The Highclimbers are up on the line, and the ball hasn't been placed. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Shelton at the North Mason. I'm sorry, 1st and 10 for North Mason. At the Bulldogs' 47-yard line. I'm getting all confused here now.
They're turning it around as far as the penalties now.
Well, I guess all the flags went on North Mason in the first half. All the flags will go on Shelton in the second. Back to pass goes McIntyre. He's back in there. He's going to throw long. It's underthrown in a fight for it, and it's complete to McCormick inside the 25 to the 22. That ball was just kind of hanging up there and was up for grabs, and there was a hand fight for position, and Cole McCormick came away with that ball somehow. And I think it was Brotherton on the coverage. Well, man-to-man. Yeah, Cody Brotherton on the coverage, man-to-man.
Let's see where that ball. Okay,
and ball's at the 22. Started at the 47.
A 31-yard pass play.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs on the Shelton 22.
I tried to beat you that time.
No, you did. I wasn't trying there. Out of the gun will go Shoemaker. He'll toss this one, and that is Boleen back in there. Flag goes flying in as Boleen makes his way inside the 20 to about the 17, but I think that it's going to be a hold on that one. And the Bulldogs are going to get tagged with 10. Let's see what the call is. Oh, it's a face mask on the Highclimbers. Boy, am I really calling things wrong. But is it a 5-yarder or a 15-yarder? That's the question, Jerry.
Yeah.
It's always the question. Was it intentional or was it just inadvertent?
Incidental.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's
15.
Yeah, it's going to be half the distance, it looks like. So the ball was spotted at the 18-yard line. And it's first and goal now for the Bulldogs at the 9. So that was half the distance. Penalty on that one. So North Mason knocking on the door here. Shoemaker, the freshman, out of the gun. Boleen, the back behind him. Receiver on each side. Man in motion is Esteban. Handoff goes to Boleen. Boleen finds a seam just for a moment and dives to the 5. Straight up that middle. There was a small little seam, little hole for Boleen. And
Good for about 3 yards.
Yeah, they'll mark him down at the 6. Second and goal from the 6 now. 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. Clock is running. I'm thinking the Bulldogs might make one more play here and then be happy to get to the fourth quarter. And it's now 35 and counting. Out of the gun again goes Shoemaker. Receiver on each side. Boleen the back beside him. Hand it off to him. Trying to get around the outside. Busting in there is Evelyn. It blew that play up, and Boleen dove and managed to get one out of it, Jerry, to the 5. And we have 12 seconds in the third, and the Bulldogs are probably going to let the quarter run out.
Yeah, they will.
As Atencio is going to come in and then go back to the sidelines. And 3, 2, 1. That'll end the third quarter. We're through 3 quarters. In the Mason County Cup, Shelton on top, 35-12. North Mason will be driving when we come back with the fourth quarter on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and 10:30 a.m., 103.3 FM, KMAS. Back in a moment.
An important safety reminder from Mason PUD3. Please never touch a downed power line. If a power line falls on your vehicle, stay inside and call 911. Tell others to stay back. Wait for emergency personnel. Never touch anyone or anything in contact with a downed power line. Always stay at least 100 feet away. Never use an object to move a downed wire. Don't remove trees or limbs near a downed line. Electricity travels through ground, trees, branches, and more. It's not safe. If you see a downed line, call PUD3 at 360-426-8255.
Fourth quarter coming, Jerry. 35 for Shelton, 12 for North Mason. The Bulldogs will have a third and goal from the 5 when we resume play here in the final period. North Mason trying to punch it in, and what are we doing here, Jerry? We're calling, I think that's Jaden Fuller having his leg looked at.
Yeah, that's the second time he's been on the sideline trying to stretch that out.
Yeah. I mean, it hurts, man. Those leg cramps hurt. So North Mason with a third and goal from the 5-yard line of Shelton. McIntyre back in there, but he's not at quarterback. Shoemaker is still at quarterback. McIntyre is the up back. Man in motion. That is Simons. Simons get around the outside and get in. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Trevon Simons with a sweep. I guess you call that an end around, Jerry.
Yeah. 4-yard run.
Yeah, 5. That was on the 5. That was on the 5.
Was it spot of okay.
Yeah, don't shortchange the Bulldogs here.
Okay.
Not in their house. Come on now.
Okay.
That makes it to 35-18. North Mason looks like they're lined up. Looks like they're going to kick the point after as Xavier Powell is on to kick the point after. The holder is Cole McCormick. 11:55 to go in the ball game. 35-18 is our score now. The Bulldogs trying to add one more point after the touchdown. The 5-yard run by Trevon Simons. A spot is down, and the ball is kicked through the uprights. And now it is 35-19. 5 seconds into the final quarter. We'll be right back. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC KMAS Shelton.
Hood Canal Communications keeps our community connected. We provide communication services that connect friends and family. We're connecting with our neighbors through support of local causes and events. Connecting our students and schools to a world of learning resources. And connecting you to the latest technology with local customer service. Learn more about our community connections, high-speed internet, and streaming TV options. Visit hcc.net today.
And we have 11 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in this Mason County Cup for 2023. Shelton 35, North Mason just made it 19. The Bulldogs are out to kick the ball back to the Highclimbers after a drive that was extended by a penalty. So seeing some new numbers out there altogether, Jerry.
Yeah.
But Xavier Powell.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jerry.
North Mason is going to have to score twice and do two two-pointers, or they're going to have to score 3 touchdowns. To tie it, they're going to have to convert two-pointers if they score 2 more touchdowns.
Well, first they got to stop Shelton. Here's the kickoff. It'll be picked up at the 19-yard line. And this is Zepeda Soto bouncing it to the opposite side, slips one tackle up to the 40, spinning, still on his feet to the 45, dragging Bulldogs with him.
Beautiful return.
He reversed field on things to get up to the 45, and the Highclimbers will start there with a 1st and 10.
About a 25-yard return. Not a bad kickoff.
I'd have to agree with you there, Jerry.
What's that?
What you just said.
Oh, okay.
Jaden Fuller still running on the sideline trying to loosen up that cramped up muscle. Highclimbers will come out with the 1st and 10 on their own 45-yard line. Conklin.
Omar Cepeda's had 2 nice returns, one of 36 yards and one of 25.
And I think we have a change of lineup here, as Hunter Leth will come in as running back. And 33 is Trevor Rodeback coming in as tight end. He'll take his line. Out of the pistol will go Conklin. 2 receivers on the far side. Here comes Cordova in motion from his slot position. Handoff to Leth. Leth hesitates and powers his way back to the line of scrimmage. Tried that explosive hesitation step, and he just couldn't get any momentum at all.
Yeah, no gain.
Maybe an inch. I don't know. Again, I wish we could put down inches. Just doesn't work that way, does it? That'd be a little crazy, wouldn't it, if we were starting to measure inches and feet?
You need a new stat person?
Yeah, I think I need 5 stat people to do that. Okay. 2nd and 10 from the 45. Same formation, same position. Here's Leth trying to get to the outside this time. Cuts it up the numbers, and he's knocked down by McIntyre. Might have got a little bit over that line of scrimmage that time, Jerry, half a yard.
Yeah.
Ben is still marking it down at the 45. So 3rd and 10. Bulldogs are stiffening up. They need to stop the Highclimbers and get the ball back to get back on their offense, to get some points on the board as they trail 35-19 with 10:40 to go in the ball game.
Well, they're trying to run the clock down, but still, you can't play it that safe.
So it's 3rd and 10 from the 45 for the Highclimbers. 3 receivers on the far side and a trip receiver set, single receiver on the near side. Out of the gun will go Conklin, back to pass. He's on the rollout to the far side, sets his feet, looks downfield, throws, got a guy there, and out of reach for Bennett Henry, incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th and 10 from the 45.
Yeah, Bennett Henry has scored a touchdown, the last one, and he's caught 3 passes so far for 41 yards. So he's been a good receiver.
Looks like the Highclimbers are going to punt here, Jerry, and this would be their 2nd punt of the game?
I think you're right, but let me check.
Yeah. As Conklin does the punting.
It is the 2nd one. Gabe's first punt was 44 yards.
Trevon Simons will be standing at his 30, waiting for this punt from Conklin, but the Highclimbers are going to take a timeout at 10:15 in the fourth quarter.
Second timeout.
Yeah, we'll step aside.
Hi folks, Diedrich Allen with Mason Web TV powered by HCC, your source for live high school sports with play-by-play. Once again, Mason Web TV is broadcasting select games every week this school year. Football, basketball, baseball, softball. We bring you all the action, from the kickoff to the final whistle, from the tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first pitch to the last out. Watch how it happens on Mason Web TV powered by HCC. Business owners, you can get in on the action as well. Go online, email, call, or text right now to find out how.
Well, we're back here. I'll flip that switch. 10:15 to go, fourth quarter. 4th and 10 at the 45. Go ahead,
I want to
Jay.
give a shout out to the cheerleaders. They're practicing every morning at 6:45 in the morning.
Seriously?
Huh?
Seriously?
Yeah.
They're up that
Yeah,
early?
they get up early in the morning.
Oh, wow. I'm barely awake at that time. I'm usually awake, but I'm barely awake. Okay, so punting formation for the Highclimbers. Conklin back to kick it away. Trevon Simons waiting for the kick. Conklin gets another high end-over-end kick this time. It'll hit at the 32, go straight up in the air, and then roll, take a Highclimber roll, and it'll be downed inside the 30 at the 27. And making that
28-yard run, Pat.
Downing that ball will be Trevor Rodeback.
Well, it was a 28-yard putt. What was nice about Conklin at that time, Gabe, is that he kicked it away from the returns people.
Yeah, Simons is a dangerous return guy.
Yeah.
So it's a good idea. So they'll spot the ball down at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for North Mason, trailing 35-19. 10:01 to go in the ball game.
And North Mason's got a little bit of momentum going right now.
See if they can capitalize on that. A nice stop defensively. Now see if they can add some points on. Looks like Shoemaker's back is still in at quarterback. Atencio the back behind him, man in motion. Be a handoff to, actually that was Boleen. Boleen slips one tackle and fights his way across the 35 to 37. Very close to first down.
Very close, yeah, you're right.
See where they spot it. Looks like it'll be right on the down marker. So
A
I think
9-yard run.
Yeah, officially 9 yards, but it's less than that. 2nd and about the length of a football, it looks like. The ball spotted just shy of the 37-yard line. Nope, they're going to call that a first down, Jerry. They're moving the chains. So 1st and 10 from the 37 for the Bulldogs.
What's interesting, they're both even on first downs, 13 each.
Shoemaker out of the gun again. Boleen the back, man in motion again. Then they'll get the handoff, and then he's swallowed up by Heising. Left came in there to finish him off, and who was the third guy to make the tackle? I can't see his number. It is going to be
8.
Nope, it's going to be Jerome Nichols Gooley.
Okay, so
a loss of looks like 3 on the play.
3 tacklers for Shelton there.
Yep, Heising was the first guy there.
Okay. Now we've heard his name a lot tonight, along with Left and on defense.
Ball back at the 34-yard line, 2nd down and 13 for the Bulldogs. Out of the gun again goes Shoemaker, a receiver on each side. McIntyre the up back, handoff goes to Boleen. Boleen bounces out the outside, gets to the 40, swallowed up immediately right there. Nice open field tackle and a hard hit, and I'm trying to see who that was, Jerry.
It was a very good tackle.
It was a great tackle, and I cannot see.
I wanted to say.
Oh, he's in the secondary. Came in from the secondary. And that's a good question who that was. His jersey's folded up. I can't see who it is, Jerry. But it's 3rd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 41.
Who was the carrier?
22.
22, yeah. Thank you.
Jersey still, or the jersey.
Gate of 4 on the play.
Yeah, a little more. Nah, yeah, I guess so. We'll call it 3rd and 6 from the 41. Don't question Jerry Diedrich. That's okay.
No. I don't mind.
Pass back, complete. Jet wrapped up at the 45. Number 82 at the catch, and that is Javon Kelly, short of the first down by 2 yards.
And Heising on the tackle. There was one other person too.
Probably Brotherton. He was in there. Oh, it's Morford who made that tackle, Jerry.
Morford
made that tackle from the last play.
And okay, good, yeah.
No, I'm taking that back. That was Jackson left. Okay.
Oh, yeah, younger brother.
So we've got a 4th and 2 coming in a timeout, I believe, by the Bulldogs. 7:24 to go in the ball game. 35-19, still our score. 7:24 to go. We'll be back in a moment.
Getting unneeded medications out of the home can help prevent misuse, abuse, and accidental poisoning. The Drug Take Back program provides consumers with the safe means for disposing of unused, unneeded, and expired prescriptions and over-the-counter drugs. Mason County has 10 prescription drug take-back boxes at various pharmacies and tribal locations. For more information, go to medtakebackwashington.org.
Fourth down and 2 coming for the North Mason Bulldogs. 7:24 to go in the ball game.
I can still remember both the left boys where their dad was coaching the girls basketball, and they probably were in 1st or 2nd grade at that time.
Ball's at the 45, North Mason. Shotgun formation for North Mason. Esteban back in there at the up back. Hand off to Boline. Boline cuts it back, gets a first down. Just about right, just got the yardage he's needed to cross the 47. I thought he just changed direction going to the outside, slipped it to the middle, and got the first down, Jerry.
I didn't see who got the tackle, but it was
I
a
didn't
good
either.
tackle.
It was a good tackle, but even better effort to get that first down. 1st and 10, and they're going to actually spot it closer to the 48. Bulldogs still alive here on this drive. 7:04 to go and counting. Bulldogs taking their time in the huddle. Clock is running. 6:55 now.
Yeah, I would.
Shoemaker bringing the play in from the sidelines. Still taking too much time, I think.
I do too. I agree totally.
You're down 35-19. You need to put points up here, and you're running out of time. Atencio in the backfield now. Woody Topolo, the up back. Out of the gun will go Shoemaker, a receiver on each side. There's a snap. Back to pass goes Shoemaker. Reed finds his guy. It's McCormick. Slips up the middle and drives into Highclimber territory at their 45-yard line. Short of the first down, but a gain of 7.
Okay.
2nd and 3 coming. But a nice catch and run by Cole McCormick.
Now the quarterbacks for North Mason are 7 for 14 so far. I'm having a hard time sometimes saying who threw the pass.
Ball. Yeah. Okay. Well, Shoemaker is at quarterback. Atencio the back beside him. 2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. Slot receiver goes in motion. That's Simon's handoff to Atencio. He's caught in the backfield, wrapped up by Hunter left. Loss on the play of a couple. That brings up 3rd down and looks like 5. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line.
Who was the carrier?
24.
Okay, thanks.
5:20 to go in the ball game. Clock is running. 35-19 our score. Shelton with the lead. North Mason with the ball. McFarland comes wide to the near side. McCormick goes wide to the far side. Out of the gun will go Shoemaker. Atencio the back beside him.
Passing situation.
Back to pass he goes. Sets his feet. Chase out of the pocket. Throws deep. Got a guy there. And it falls just short. Intended for McCormick.
Good defense.
Yeah, good coverage out there for the Highclimbers. Cody Brotherton on the coverage.
Okay, nice coverage.
4th and 5 coming with 4:55 to go here in the ball game. And here come the big man. Here comes Manning to become a pass defender with holding those big hands up at 6'6".
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious what his reach is now. With 6'6" in those long arms, it's got to be 8 feet or more, shouldn't it? Maybe 8.5 when he reaches his hand. I don't know.
Well, he's at least 6'6".
He's 6'6". I know that. I'm talking about when he reaches up. How much? What his wingspan is.
Yeah.
4th down, 5 yards to go. Ball spotted at the Shelton 45. North Mason with possession, trailing 35-19. 4:55 to go in the ball game. Out of the gun goes Shoemaker. Back to pass. He goes short drop. Throws it in. And hit the receiver in the hands. He fell off. And unfortunately, it was Javon Kelly couldn't gather it in. And that'll go over on downs for the Highclimbers. 1st and 10 at their own 47. With 4:52 to go in the ball game.
Well, would you say now that Mark Smith's going to use the clock and run the ball a lot?
Yeah, well, I think he's going to try. I mean, what else can you do here? Unless you want to rack it up and you don't want to keep time on the clock for the Bulldogs.
No, I think I think it's ball possession, just run the clock.
But you've got Fuller still on the sidelines trying to walk off that leg cramp, and in there at the running back will be Brad Eveland.
And Brad's done a nice job tonight.
2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side, out of the pistol. This time Conklin will take the rollout and he'll dump it off. This goes to Bennett Henry. He'll get spun down at the 46 of North Mason, and he came up gimpy. He got kind of spun and twisted that leg, I believe.
I do not like that.
No, I don't either. He's got a brace on that
I know
leg
he does.
also.
He got hurt
already.
a couple years ago, seriously.
So 2nd down, and it looks like 4 from the 46. Clock is still running, 4:20 to go in the ball game. Evelyn in the backfield behind Conklin, out of the pistol. 2 receivers far side, man in motion. That's Cordova. Snap a little high, handoff to Evelyn. Evelyn bounces off a guy, and he can't get away from Woody Topolo. No gain on that run. It'll be 3rd down.
That Topolo name is very common here in North Mason. There's 3 girls that played basketball last year.
And they'll play again, I'm sure.
Yeah.
One of the twins wants to wrestle, Jerry. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh, is that right? I hope not.
Well, you don't know. I don't know. I can't remember which one. I don't know if it was A or E, but I did hear she wanted to wrestle.
I know one of them was a good discus thrower.
Yep. So it's 3rd down and 3 or 4. 4. Ball's at the 46-yard line. Out of the gun will go Conklin, and I think somebody moved. And that'll mark the ball back 5 yards. 3:18 to go in the ball game. Again, the score, Shelton 35, North Mason 19. And it'll be now 3rd down and 7. Ball back at the Highclimber side of the 50 at the 49. Need to get to the 43 of North Mason.
It looks like 88 might be okay.
I hope so.
I think so. Yeah.
Out of the gun will go Conklin. He's got 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Evelyn the back beside him. There's the snap. Conklin back to pass. Sets his feet. He's going to throw deep, a little too high for Cordova. Incomplete, and that'll bring a 4th down. It's kind of hard to do with even Wheatley. Incomplete, it falls. So clock is stopped, just under 3 minutes remaining. 2:58 specifically. It's 4th down.
Cordova, Wheatley Cordova caught 2 really nice passes in the first half for 57 yards.
Devon Simons will stand about his 20, waiting for this punt from Gabriel Conklin on the 4th down and 8.
He's going to kick it away, I'm sure, like he did last time, away from the intended.
It's like the Bulldogs are coming after him now, Jerry.
Yeah.
Here they come. Conklin, quick
Yeah,
hit.
see what he did, yeah.
High punch short, hits at the 38.
Takes a Shelton back.
Goes out of bounds at the 30. So the Bulldogs will take possession at their own 30, see if they can mount some more, another drive to put some points on the board. They're trailing 35-19.
Very good strategy by Mark Smith there, kicking the ball away from the intended punt receiver, returner. 21-yard punt, but no return. So
2:51 to go in the ball game now. Bulldogs have 1st and 10 on their own 30-yard line. McFarland will come wide to our side.
Yeah,
McCormick will go wide to the far side. Out of the gun will go Shoemaker. Thinking it's Beline in there. Back to pass. No real drop. The pocket collapses and down he goes. Give a sack to Jason Castaneda. First time we've called his name.
Oh.
Finally got to the quarterback. And a timeout has been called by North Mason with 2:42 to go in the ball game. I think we'll keep it here, Jerry, for a moment.
Looks like a loss of 4 on that play.
So they put the ball down. Looks like they put it back at the 25, Jerry, so that should be 5-yard loss.
Okay.
But we'll see. They haven't placed it yet. Not sure why. We have a timeout here. Take this opportunity to thank Jerry Apple for coming up to Belfair with me and helping keep statistics on this game. Of course, we want to also thank Jeff Slakey from KMAS letting us get on the airwaves, expanding our reach and helping our community stay informed on all kinds of things.
We sure appreciate Jeff's support.
Jeff is doing a great job with the radio station.
He's an awesome guy.
Glad to have it back in local control. It'll be 2nd down and 15 from the 25 for the Bulldogs. 2:42 to go in the ball game. North Mason with possession. Shelton with the lead, 35-19. Shotgun for Shoemaker, the freshman, Reed Shoemaker. Took over in the, second quarter? And has done pretty good. Looks like the back is Beline. Low snap, handled well. Shoemaker back to pass. He'll throw it up for grabs. It is caught on the far sideline, and a flag is on the play as well. He
was out of bounds when he caught it. Yeah.
They're saying there's a flag. That was Simons with the catch.
Yeah, I think he was out of bounds.
I don't know. It looked pretty good. There's a flag right at where he caught the ball at the 37-yard line. They're going to call it incomplete and pass interference on Shelton. I guess maybe they pushed him out of bounds. I don't know.
Well, maybe that's why I thought.
That could have been. It's hard to say. We're on the opposite side. We're almost as far away as we can be from that play, Jerry. And they'll mark off 15. That should give the Bulldogs first down at their own 40. 2:36 to go in the ball game. Clock is stopped after the incomplete pass and the penalty. Should be enough for first down. Yep, they're going to give him the first down. 1st and 10 from the 40. Now we got a stoppage of play. I'm not sure why. That referee haven't picked up his hat yet. Guy on the far side, I don't think he's picked up his hat yet. Don't they throw a hat out of bounds? When somebody runs out of bounds, don't they throw a hat to indicate they ran out of bounds? Doesn't matter. So 1st and 10 for North Mason at the 40. Shoemaker back to pass out of the gun. Sets his feet, throws to the middle, and it's intercepted by Cameron Heising, and then there's a flag at the end of the play. Heising and looks like another Highclimber took a hard hit. They hit each other. Intended target was number 16 for North Mason, and that was Hayden McFarland. And I'm not really sure as Heising is down after that collision.
If that play stands, that's a second turn. That'll be the 3rd turnover for North Mason, and 2nd interception by the Highclimbers.
Yeah, Cameron Heising ran into, collided with Jackson Leth. Leth is holding his wrist, and Heising is being worked on the turf right now. I have no idea what that penalty could be. And the ball was kind of underthrown.
Yeah, it was.
And there's a penalty flag that's going to be marked at the 40. And Cameron's going to get up and help off the field.
Heising's done a good job tonight. on defense. His name has been mentioned a lot.
Yeah. Now let's see what they're going to call here after the penalty flag.
Well, I think it's going to go against North Mason, the way their official is facing. But who knows?
I don't know. Let's see if we can get an indication from our guy in the white hat. No indication whatsoever. They're going to put the ball at the 45. So I think they're picking up that flag, Jerry.
Well,
okay, I'm not really sure.
Let's just say it's a no call.
I don't know. The ball goes over to North Mason, so there's no explanation of what happened there. So North Mason keeps the ball, and they're on the Shelton 45 at the 1st and 10. Go figure this one out. Somebody took off early, but no flag. Shoemaker on the run. He's going to lob it, intended for number 17. That's Chris Arbogast, but it went out of bounds.
The split in for North Mason took off way too early.
Yeah, it looked like it looked like somebody took off early. And 2nd down and 10 from the 45. I guess at this point we're just going to let them play it out. 2:21 to go in the ball game. 35-19, Shelton in control. And there's a flag that comes late. What is this? I'm not sure what we're doing at this point. Let's say this. Maybe we get the bad flag game out of the way early this year.
Could this be from the sideline? Could they call it against North Mason? It sounds like he was looking at the sideline when he threw that flag.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some discussion as the referees do conference. It's a dead ball foul, unsportsmanlike, North Mason. Okay.
And I think it goes against the bench.
More than likely. So that should mark him back 15 yards. If you follow the rules, yeah, we're going back 15 yards. So the ball should be back here at the 40 on the North Mason side.
And North Mason's kind of cleaned up their penalty situation this half. That's only the 3rd penalty if it's on North Mason. It is. Okay.
The refereeing crew is a little confused, too. Yeah, they're going to mark off 15 yards.
Okay.
This reminds me of old NFL when they made a big production out of the penalties. They watched the guys mark them off. So it'll be, is it 1st or 2nd now? 2nd down and 30 or 25. 25 from the North Mason 40 for the Bulldogs. This game kind of has fallen apart a little bit, Jerry. Shoemaker go out of the gun. Back to pass he goes. Holds in, now he'll step out of the pocket. And lost the ball. Ball pops free. And was there a whistle? Now there's finally a whistle. Everybody stopped, Jerry.
Manning was in on that play, too.
Manning had stripped the ball, and Shoemaker didn't know where it was. I think it was picked up by Lopes, was it? And then it was ran out of bounds. But everybody stopped when the ball hit the turf.
But Manning definitely played a role in that.
Well, he stripped the ball.
Yeah.
And, Leland Lopes is the one that ended up with it, and then he ran out of bounds. But everybody had stopped. Now I guess they're going to call that an incomplete pass, Jerry.
Okay. All right.
Okay. 3rd and 25 from the 40. That makes absolutely no sense on that play, Jerry. But maybe his arm was going forward. I don't know. He's running on the far sidelines we can't see. So 2:11 to go here in the ball game. Shelton leads 35-19. North Mason with the ball. They have a 3rd down and 25 from their own 40-yard line. 2 receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Arbogast, the wide out. Kelly in the slot. Back to pass goes Shoemaker. No, it's McIntyre. He's going to launch one long, and it's deflected and incomplete.
And broken up by
Gabe Conklin.
Yeah.
He's in there playing both ways now. That's interesting. So now it's 4th and 25 from the 40. 2 minutes, 1 second remain. Jerry, this pace of this game has just grounded to a halt, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
It was going really good, and then it just kind of came to a screeching halt here. It's 4th down, 25 for North Mason on their own 40-yard line. 2 minute, 1 second. 4 receiver set. Atencio in the slot on the far side with McCormick. 3 receiver set, excuse me. Arbogast, Kelly, and Topolo. And is it McIntyre? McIntyre is going to be dropped at the 41, and McIntyre is hurt. Slow at getting up. McIntyre back in there, quarterback, and he can't get the offensive going. And it's over on downs for Highclimbers. Take it over. 1st and 10 on the 41. So, Jared, you're keeping track of the timeouts. The Bulldogs have, what, 1 left, or are they out? Or do you know?
I think they have 1 left.
They have 1 left, okay. Highclimbers take over on the North Mason 41 with 1:55 remaining, leading at 35-19. And the offense comes out. Left in the backfield with Conklin. Manning and Cordova wide to the far side. Nobody on the near side. Cordova goes in motion. Turn around, hand it off to Left. Left hesitates, changes directions. Flags go flying at the sidelines. And Left got maybe 1 if the play stands. Flag thrown by the sideline umpire, Jerry. Wonder what this is about. It's an illegal shift. How is there an illegal shift when 1 guy in motion? Okay, so it's a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 46 now for the Highclimbers. 1:48 to go. Same formation. And Cordova's going to go in motion. There's the snap, hand off to Left. Left up the middle, has a hole, and gets back to the original line of scrimmage. So he got 5 yards on that carry, Jerry. Okay. Nice patience for Hunter Left to the 41. And it's now 2nd and 10. Clock is running, 1:20 to go in the ball game.
They could almost take a knee here, couldn't they?
Yeah, maybe not quite. 1 more play, possibly.
1 more play they could, yeah.
I'm thinking. 2nd and 10 from the 41. We hit the minute mark here now. And Conklin out of the pistol. The referee raises his hand. There's 5 seconds. Cordova in motion again. Hand off to Left. Left hesitates up the middle, driving his feet, trying to get to the 36. I'm going to stop him at 37, it looks like, Jerry. The handoff. Clock continues to run. We're now at...
How many did he pick up there?
4. 4, yeah. 37 is where they're going to mark it down. I think we have a timeout. North Mason took their final timeout.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that's 37 seconds remaining. Let's take a break, Jerry. We'll be right back.
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
And we're back here. 37 seconds remain in the ball game. Shelton 35, North Mason 19. Highclimbers have a 3rd and 6 from the North Mason 37. This looks like it's going to be victory formation and kneel down as Conklin takes a step back and kneels down at the 44. Get that clock running. Might have to take 1 more snap, Jerry.
Okay.
Might have to. Very close. We've got 20 seconds now. And they're going to have to take one more kneel down with about 5 seconds remaining. Well, maybe a little less than that, 2 or 3. Or are they going to run it out? 4, 3. Nope, I guess they didn't have to take another snap here. That's the ball game. Shelton knocks off North Mason to keep the Mason County Cup. 35-19 is our final score. Highclimbers come to the sideline celebrating. And we will we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Final again, Shelton 35, North Mason 19. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
This broadcast is copyright protected by DigiProof on behalf of Diedrich Allen and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of its contents, pictures, descriptions, and accounts without the consent of Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, MasonWebTV.com, and Hood Canal Communications is prohibited.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
Well, it's a final here in Belfair. Shelton Highclimbers keep the Mason County Cup, knocking off North Mason in Belfair. 35-19, the final score, as the teams head to the opposite ends of the field to have their post-game chat. Jerry, a nice little celebration that was off camera, but I haven't recorded. So
I'm ready.
We'll talk about that in just a moment. Jerry has stats, so go ahead, Jerry.
Thanks, Diedrich. Nice job on the play-by-play, by the way. Let's start with the visitors, Shelton. Shelton had 15 first downs. They were, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong sheet. Shelton had 13 first downs, and they were 10 for 14. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, 10 for 14. Pretty good pass percentage for Shelton. So 13 first downs, 10 for 14. They had 154 yards passing, and the leading receivers were Bennett Henry. Bennett Henry caught 3 passes for 41 yards. Omar Cepeda Soto had 2 catches for 38 yards. Wheatley Cordova caught 2 passes for 57 yards. Bishop Manning had caught 1 for 22 yards. So that all totals up to 10 for 14 for 154 yards in the passing game. In the running game, Jaden Fuller well, first thing I can say this. The Highclimbers had 104 yards on the ground. 164 yards, in the passing. So that adds up to 264 yards. The leading ball carrier for the Highclimbers tonight was Jaden Fuller. Unfortunately, he did not play in the fourth, or didn't carry the ball in the fourth quarter. He had leg cramps. Hunter Left was the only ball carrier that I had down in the fourth quarter. He had 4 carries for 9 yards. Whoops. Slipping on me there. Thank you, Diedrich. Brad, Evelyn, I was really impressed with. Had 5 carries, and he had a total of 17 yards. And he did a nice job there. And of course, Cameron Hussing had 2 carries in the first half and 1 carry in the second half. And he had 3 carries for 14 yards. So 264 yards total for the Highclimbers, 13 first downs. Nice game by Conklin, 10 for 14. Penalty-wise, we got to clean it up. We had 99 yards in penalties in the second half. If you add the 40 and the 99, it's 139 yards total in penalties. Not good, not good. I was really pleased with Brandon, Bishop Manning, did a nice job on defense. So did Hunter Left. Another name that we heard was Cameron Hussing. You probably have a couple more you could bring to my attention. I want to give a shout out to Fuller. 2 nice returns, 1 for 22, 1 for 29. Zapata had 2 really nice returns, 1 for 36, 1 for 25. We had 2 interceptions, 1 from Fuller and 1 from Hussing. Now, for North Mason, they had 15 first downs, 6 for 19 in the passing game. They had a total of 139 yards in the air. The leading receiver, of course, was Hayden McFarland. He had 3 catches for 68 yards in the first half. Number 3, check on that. His number would be Simons.
Yeah.
Simons caught a pass for 40 yards. And Cole McCormick caught a pass for 31 yards. So a total of 139 yards, 5 completed passes. We had 2 quarterbacks for North Mason. So if you add the 139 yards passing to the 79 yards on the ground for North Mason, they had 218 compared to Shelton's 264. Pretty close statistically as far as first downs. As far as statistics are concerned, the leading ball carriers, of course, were Caden Atencio and Bleen. What's his first name?
Avery.
Yeah, and he did a nice job in the second half, especially. He had 10 carries for about 43 yards. So, statistically, it was pretty close. Penalty-wise, Shelton needs some help in that second half. A couple unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. I'd like to do a rundown on the scoring. I can do that really quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we go. Gabe Conklin scored the first touchdown, 1-yard touchdown. The point after attempt was good. The score was 7-0. And then the North Mason came back and scored the next touchdown, a pass play of 30 yards to Hayden McFarland. The point after attempt was no good, made it 7-6. And then Cameron Hussing scored on a 8-yard touchdown run. Point after attempt was good, and that made it then 14-6. Then Gabe Conklin had a 10-yard touchdown run, and then Weir was good on 4 out of 4 attempts, and that made it 21-6. Then the fifth touchdown, North Mason came back in the end of the second quarter, and Atencio had a 2-yard touchdown run. The 2-point after attempt was no good. And then here came Simons. Simons scored on a 5-yard run, and that made it 35-8. And then Powell had a point after attempt, which made it 35-19. I did forget there was a 23-yard pass play to Cepeda Soto, and the point after attempt was good by Taylor Dickey. Bennett Henry scored the last touchdown, and it looks like he's going to be okay. The point after attempt was good by A.J. Weir, so Bennett Henry made it 34-12, and then the last touchdown was good by Simons, and I had that reversed, and he made a 5-yard run.
Okay.
Or pass play. 5-yard touchdown pass, which made it 35-19.
Yeah.
Point after attempt was good.
All right.
I had those two reversed there.
Okay, Jerry, that's fine. I'll say Shelton holds its home opener next Friday against Bremerton on Jack Stark Field at Highclimbers Stadium. Mason Web TV powered by HCC and KMAS Radio. That's at 10:30 a.m. and 103.3 FM. We'll have the game for you beginning with the pregame at 6:30. North Mason hits the road next week and plays at Clahalia. Kickoff in Silverdale is 6:30 p.m. You'll be able to find that game on the pay-to-view NFHS network. And Jerry, if you have nothing else?
Well, it was the first game. A lot of mistakes as far as penalties on behalf of several different groups. But Shelton showed some promise. I really did. They can cut those penalties now.
All right. That'll do it for us in Belfair. Shelton keeps the Mason County Cup, taking the Mason County Cup and winning the battle for the Axe for 2023 over North Mason by a score of 35-19. My thanks to Jerry Apple for his help with tonight's game, and we will talk to you next week from Shelton with a full crew that will, I suspect, include Jeff Slakey, Cheryl Williams, Aiden Yu, Jerry, and me.
And I'll bring my own table.
Okay, sure you will. Thanks for joining us for high school football on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC and KMAS Shelton.
I said my own table.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, was made possible by Hood Canal Communications, committed to providing quality services that exceed customer expectations in voice, video, data, and customer service, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason County Public Health and Human Services Prevention Education Partners Substance Abuse Prevention Coalition, helping provide prescription drug take-back boxes in Mason County. Mason PUD 3, connecting our community with safe, reliable, economical, and sustainable services 24/7. And Mason Health, united community, empowered people, exceptional health.
Thanks for watching Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.